Jess, you're holding my hand too tight.
Sam, I'm not holding your hand.
Greetings and welcome to Region Free. I am Flesh Wound Dan, joined by Lorne Dixon.
How you doing, guys?
And he moved last second, so slightly out of order here, but Stone Gasman.
Now I'm going to move them all.
What's up, guys?
Then I won't remember, but that's okay. Pinball. Pinball edition. Sam.
What up, y'all?
And Dirk.
What's going on now?
Let's go. We got a stacked show today. We're talking aliens. We're talking mad scientists, horror directors, non-horror work. So, yeah, you guys will have to throw out all of these picks in the chat tonight, because Lorne is going to be Scully tonight. He will be playing the role of Scully. And I think the rest of us, I don't know about you, Stone, yet, but the rest of us are going to be Fox Mulder. So there we go.
Oh, Stone is the most Fox of foxing ever.
There you go. I don't know his take on aliens, so it'll be we'll figure it out tonight.
All right.
So yeah, how's everybody doing tonight?
Can't complain.
Yeah. It's Wednesday. It's the middle of the week.
Not much to say. Not much to reveal.
Yeah, 2 more days and you're home scot-free. And Obsession is coming out. That one's got a lot of buzz behind it, so there will be horror movies this week.
Obsession, you say?
Obsession. That's the Curry Barker film.
Not to be confused with the old Brian De Palma one, which ripped off Vertigo.
That's what I was thinking of.
No, maybe they'll re-release that at some point, make it really confusing.
Is it a remake of the De Palma film?
It is not.
Okay.
Did y'all see Curry Barker wanting to do Nightmare on Elm Street? And it's like, stop.
I saw that.
Milk and Cereal was solid. I don't know why he's getting the keys to the kingdom, it feels like, when it comes to all these franchises, and I'm not like totally there for that yet. But hey, maybe. I mean, I hope he does well. Obsession's got great buzz, so I'm pretty excited.
What is he doing now? He's not doing the Resident Evil movie, is he?
No, that's Zach
Kreger.
That's Kroger.
Yeah, who did Weapons and Barbarian.
Yeah. A lot of people are mad about that for some reason, and I'm like, even though I'm not a big Weapons guy, give him a shot at Resident Evil.
Give him a
Why
shot.
not?
What has he got to lose?
Yeah, I mean,
the teaser. I don't know, man.
Do we need another Resident Evil movie? Is that like a need?
I mean, maybe I just was struggle sessioned into needing Mila Jovovich in all of the Resident Evil movies, but it could be worse. Those things are wacky.
Yeah, I got around to watching that Welcome to Raccoon City.
Yeah, the last non-Mila Jovovich one.
I kind of respected it, but I thought it was a little too late, to be doing that.
Yeah.
It's not holy ground anymore, so if you're going to do it, I don't mind that it looks a little different from the video game personally, but I know I'm not coming at it from a gamer's perspective, so what can I say? Just give me a good movie and I'll be happy. But yeah, have you guys watched anything interesting since we last were together? Anything that really kind of hit you as being must-see?
Sorry, you go ahead, Dirk.
That's fine. Go ahead.
I know. I was just going to say I don't really have anything to tell because I've been watching all my shows, so I'm all like stuck on TV shows right now.
Binge watching. I'll throw one out.
Okay.
Heresy on Shudder. It's a Dutch folk horror film. It's very short for a folk horror film. It's 61 minutes. Yeah.
What? How much?
61 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm in there.
Yeah.
Check it out.
I love folk horror. Big, flesh wound fight last night because Todd just has got an aversion to folk horror. But I enjoyed it quite a bit. Dutch film, 61 minutes. So even if folk horror is hit or miss for you, no excuse not to watch it. So everybody complains about them being too long. 61 minutes with credits, I think, is a good deal. So
Yeah, you could get me in there for that.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I enjoyed Mortal Kombat 2 well enough. A lot better than the last movie. So the last two movies that I watched.
I've been watching is that on Paramount Plus, is it Mob City with Ed Hardy?
I've heard that. Tom Hardy, yeah, I've heard that's really good.
Yeah. We watched that. We binge watched the shit out of that. It's pretty brutal, man. Like it's some Irish gangsters and shit. Pierce Brosnan is like out of his mind in that shit.
I've heard it's the best work he's done in a long time.
It really is, man. I was surprised. Like his acting is like he's a son of a bitch in that show. I'm enjoying that.
I enjoyed Peaky Blinders. I never got to finish it, but with Cillian Murphy, and I've heard it compared to that, so I probably will get to it at some point.
Yeah, I mean they got one season. Me and the wife, we binge watched the hell out of it. It's pretty damn crazy. Solid.
Nice. Stone, have you watched anything new or new to you? Doesn't have to be.
Well, I saw one movie in the theater. I'm going to wait till later in the show for a more appropriate time to bring that up. But I wanted to share real quick that my lady friend and I have been going through this bad movie.
Cobra Kai?
Nice.
All 6 seasons of Cobra Kai. The TV extension to the Karate Kid universe, which, had one good film in 1984 and then just dropped the ball pretty much right after that. Not much there, but Cobra Kai is awesome. I fell in love with it when I watched it on YouTube Red, which later became YouTube Premium. And I didn't want to keep a Netflix subscription so I could keep on watching it. So I got the Blu-ray, which came out only a couple months ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Little birthday gift. Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't somebody from that get in trouble for biting an actress or something?
Martin Coe, I think he just went too far with some little thing that they were doing.
Method.
Yeah, they were doing methods shit. Yeah.
Kind of like Klaus Kinski.
Kind of, yeah.
Klaus,
that far.
Yeah.
I was going to mention also, I don't believe that we talked about it on the last month's stream, but Sam and I and Chris went to go see Ready or Not 2. Here I Come. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we talked about it at all, but I enjoyed it for the most part. I don't know if we need a third one. I become the guy that's like, yeah, I liked it, but we don't need another film in this franchise. Like, no more Faces of Death. We don't need any more Faces of Death movies. I mean, this last one was good enough on its own, but yeah, I enjoyed Ready or Not 2. I mean, it's kind of the same thing, kind of. 7 years later, there's more of a revenge angle this time. I liked what's his name in it from Lord of the Rings.
Elijah Wood.
Wood. Yeah. He was fun. I don't know. It's been about 6 weeks. What do you think, Sam? Did you enjoy it?
I mean, I liked it, but the thing is, I was not really. It's just basically Ready or Not. It's just Ready or Not, but it has the sister trope in it. That's kind of the only difference. But it was nice to see Elijah Wood in there. He's kind of the standout. He kind of, steals the show a bit. I swear it's probably just him playing Elijah Wood, just being the weird, creepy guy. But, I also really appreciated that the other main evil guy was played by Sean Hattie, who's also in the faculty with Elijah Wood. And it was like, look, it's a mini faculty reunion.
Underrated actor, too. Sean Hattie. Watch him in Animal Kingdom. the TV show, not the original Australian movie.
I love the movie. I haven't
that
seen
new
the show,
Ready or Not. Do they over explain, or they explain more? Or?
I mean, it does pretty much. Well, unfortunately, there is a rule in this one that's annoying because they break it, and it's really apparent when they break it. But I mean, like, that's kind of the problem that with movies with rules. Like, you're always going to break the rules.
Always going to break the rules. Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's a break of the rules, but it reinforces another rule. It's kind of like the rules are in contradiction to themselves, but even as they exist.
I'm not sure if this one reinforced anything, but it's
well,
whatever.
The whole thing is,
it was fun.
Yeah, I mean, once you ascend to a position, you get to make the rules.
Oh, okay.
The more he kills, the more he ascends.
Yeah, well, this made a little more sense than that. Ready or Not, the first film, I think, is one of the great horror films of modern times, to be honest.
Pretty good. Yeah, I like the first one.
It's a film that gets better with each rewatch. It strikes that tone of fun and mean, just kind of perfect. It's a great movie to put on anytime you just need to pick me up and you don't want to be too adventurous that night, and you haven't been watching it since 1985. So in 40 years we shouldn't be watching this thing all the time either, but for right now it feels still fresh and fun. So I think the first film is great. This was fine. They did nothing to me really wrong, except that I already had this whole story.
Yeah.
The first is much better.
Retreading old ground, trying to catch you.
A bit anticlimactic, yeah.
So, I mean, but I keep going back and forth. Am I being unfair about this? Because it's kind of like, it's okay for it to be the Friday the 13th Part 2, right? Which is just the first film. If you're being completely fair and honest, it's just a repeat.
Yep.
No one gives that film the criticism that Ready or Not 2 is getting from its fans. But on the other hand, like, Ready or Not is kind of a smarter movie. So maybe we expected the follow-up to do something more or go really be a next chapter. Instead, it kind of like, it reset the clock and had a new game.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of the Saw thing in a way, but without the other side of the story.
If you want another Samara Weaving fix, Over Your Dead Body, which is actually a remake of a Norwegian film, really good. Juliette Lewis is in it, and she's fucking batshit. I don't think I've ever disliked Juliette Lewis in anything.
No,
I don't think so.
Yeah. Like, that's her. Have
you seen her Instagram? I mean, come on.
What is on
Dan hasn't seen the other sister. Sorry, Sam.
And if you want to see Ready or Not without all of its charm and innovativeness, there's always They Will Kill You.
You know what? I was going to say that, like, I haven't seen They Will Kill You yet. I'm going to, but it looks like Ready or Not from the trailer.
It is Ready or Not, basically. I mean, it's right down to the satanic tropes of the second film, but it's it has an Evil Dead 2 fetish, which goes nowhere. They keep trying to, if you have a problem with modern CGI dominating bloodshed, you're not going to like this movie at all, because that's all it's got. Well, everything else about it too, so I'm out. Zazie Beetz is fine. She looks good in the role, and she's a good enough actress to carry every scene, which is good because she's in virtually every frame of the film. But the movie itself is charmless and feels way too modern for its own good. It's going to age really poorly, I think.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked
everything.
I think Ready or Not pairs good with like a double feature with You're Next.
Yeah.
You're Next didn't make a sequel, so right? Not that I'm aware of.
Not yet.
No. They might do. I mean, It Follows has a sequel on the way, so, and apparently Sorority Row has a sequel on the way. So, I mean,
I like the first one, the second first one, and they could leave it there, and I'm fine.
Second first one.
Well, my thing with that is, like, I feel like they've just waited way too long for Sorority Row. Like, a hardcore horror fan like us remembers that movie fairly fondly. I was surprised it wasn't embraced more, but like, it's been like 15 years. Like, it's a little too late. Is anybody even going to remember those characters? And Ghost does bring up, I don't know what holdup is with Strange Days. It's one of the last, kind of 90s movies that, I mean, why isn't Vinegar Syndrome put out Strange Days? It's ridiculous. But maybe soon, hopefully.
Another Juliette Lewis.
Yeah, Ray Fiennes, Juliette Lewis. You look at her filmography, she really is. I'm sure I could find one or two turds on there, but by and large, like, she's careful about the roles she takes. She did Natural Born Killers, so I mean, my God, like,
hell yeah.
if she
favorite
did,
film of all time,
she could have just done, Sci-Fi Channel originals the rest of her career, and that still puts her up there. So,
Dusk Till Dawn.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, she's so good in that. Yeah. And Yellow Jackets, I'm told I need to watch, and I probably will for that cast because I love Melanie Linsky too. So
I've heard a lot about it, but
Really good.
I don't know.
Sam, does it, like, I hear a lot of people say, like, fantastic first season and then the second's not as good, and I don't know if that's true.
I don't know, because there was like a chunk of time where between my first season viewing and my second season viewing. So I'm thinking about going back and like starting at the beginning and then just binging from that point on, just to be like, okay, let me get back into this. Because I know there's a third season at some point. I'm not sure where it is coming out on, though. Like what service, if it's Paramount or something else.
Yeah, there's a few that are on like I started it and it's excellent, but I don't know if anybody else has watched From.
What is that?
It's one of the better horror series, at least to the point that I've watched. That's not to say it doesn't maybe go to shit, but it's really good. Kind of creepy town where there's a lot going on. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, I need to get further into that because I'm told that it's still very good, but it was like MGM Plus, and then it jumped to, I don't know. It's one of those weird ones that's kind of traveled over services, and I just fell off, and I need to get back into it. But
I will mention another one I just remembered. Did watch The Smashing Machine.
Oh yeah,
Docudrama about Mark Kerr.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really, I mean, it's The Rock and like, Dwayne Johnson or whatever, but they're always shitting on The Rock, but like, he really, like, you can't tell that's The Rock when you're watching that shit. He puts on a really damn good performance, I thought, man. Like,
are you a fan of Mark Kern, or like, well versed on his history? Because I'm not, and that was kind of the thing. That's like, I know The Rock was giving a good performance, but for me, I couldn't get into it because of that.
Well, I'm a huge UFC mixed martial arts fan, sports combat in general, but like, so Mark Kerr was a beast. He was a beast. But it shows you kind of like his whole with addiction coming through all that, and like it's really good, I thought.
Dwayne Johnson has missed out on a huge marketing opportunity. Basically, he needs to have his face put onto smooth rocks and sold as pet rocks.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that doesn't already exist. If you give me like 2 minutes, I'll find it.
Yeah.
Well, then he needs a better way to get the publicity about this out, because that's a winner.
He's not making enough money. It's true.
It is.
But this one is more, you can see his acting, and Emily Blunt, she's in it. Damn good movie, I thought.
So Dan, do you and I want to get into Hokum again?
Absolutely, because I loved it.
I really liked it.
Okay, well, really liked it's positive, so yeah.
No, you should definitely go see Hokum.
Yeah.
It annoys me in a few places, and it could have been a perfect film. It could have been.
You're not. Well, I know you're not, because the only argument people have had with me over that one is that, well, Adam Scott's an asshole. I was like, well, it's a character arc. I mean,
did they miss the scene where he fucking turns around?
Yeah, that's what I'm like. And
the
he's
point of the fucking movie, people.
Yeah, and he's also likable too, even when he's an asshole. I mean,
Ebenezer Scrooge is a dick through most of Good Christmas Carol, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's the only thing people have said to me. But Yeah, Hokum is fantastic. Damian McCarthy is a day one director for me now. Love Caveat, loved Oddity, and I love Hokum.
I loved Oddity as well. Oddity
Caveat, I couldn't get into. Oddity, I did. I really love that movie.
Caveat's a little weirder. Like,
yeah.
for people,
I mean, maybe it caught me at the wrong time because there's certain films like it just depends on the mood, you know.
Yeah.
He's doing the EC Comics thing, pretty explicitly. But I don't mind that because he's doing it really well, and he's doing it from a Great Britain perspective, like from the islands. And I think it's different enough to get by. I don't want him to keep doing it though, because even there was a point. How many times are we going to go into the dumbwaiter in this movie to go down to the basement? How many times are we going to do this? It's really fear-inducing the first time, but the problem is they really need it to be really fear-inducing the last time. So there's little things like that I'm just sitting there going, can you get those scares somewhere else without like short-circuiting your own, third act? And there were certain things
wheels going dry.
Exactly. There was a few moments in it where I felt like the film thought it was throwing us for a loop. Oh, there's a big surprise, and it's like, oh man, I saw that coming like 15 minutes ago. And that's the other problem is you have plenty of 15 minutes ago in the movie. It's a little too long of a film for what it is. That said, it takes the genre seriously. It's well acted. It's well written. It's real well directed. It should have been tighter. And there's a few things like the kids' television show is really this broad, almost Rob Zombie-esque thing in the middle of this kind of somber, much more serious take on the genre thing. I want it gone. I want it gone. You could have gotten that done so much better without it.
He likes his rabbit imagery. Like that's kind of like a trademark for him.
Oh, speaking of that, this is what was left out in the rain today.
A cake?
It's not a dead rabbit, I hope.
No. It's just a physical media thing. So I've fallen in love with this band, The Haunt. And so I picked up the CDs of both of their albums, which Amazon promptly left out in the rain. But thankfully they're in sleeves, so we're all good.
That's good.
But yeah, no, check out The Haunt. They're a really, really, really great band.
All right.
I'm really digging it.
Trust your judgment.
I will definitely making a note of that now, in fact, because
if I can get Dan to listen to modern music, I'll be very happy.
Good taste in music.
I do. I'm shoving so many movies in my brain. I'm just like that's like the one thing I've become an old man about.
Just go to YouTube and listen to the song "A Little Like Hell."
Okay, Live Like Hell.
Little Like Hell. Then, despite the name of the band, they're not a horror tropes band.
Okay.
It's dark, but it is not like they're not gonna reference Munsters episodes. I promise you.
Is it guttural harmonics or anything?
It is a female lead singer. Her brother sings some secondary vocals, and he shouts a few times, but there's no Cookie Monster growling now.
Okay.
Although I like that stuff, not in this band.
Yeah, no, it depends on how it's done, I guess.
Yeah.
Am I incorrect in assuming that I'm getting the Pretty Reckless vibes, or?
I didn't get that. I got a strong, like, if No Doubt's pre-Tragic Kingdom stuff had balls.
Oh, shit.
And there's industrial and metal influences to it, but there's also punk influences all over it. It's just rock and roll.
Okay, so I was like gonna be like, oh, a really mean version of Trapped in a Box.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sam, I think you'll really like it. I think you will.
I think I will. I was just curious because it's like, oh, like.
And they're not a new band. I've been sleeping. I've been sleeping on them for. Apparently, I didn't know they existed, but I just fell down the rabbit hole, and it's great. They're not touring at the moment, which pisses me off, but whatever. Get on it, band. I just promoted you on the show.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna check them out. But yeah, Hokum, go see it. No, it's so good, guys. Double it up. Obsession's got good buzz. Go support horror at the movie theater.
Hey there, Mr. Stone.
Who the fuck are you?
Oh, please excuse the intrusion. I guess I wandered right in here without knowing it was occupied.
But you know my name.
How could I not know you? You're all up on the internet and the YouTubes and shit. You're all kinds of famous where I'm from.
So you're a fan or a stalker? I'm not judging, by the way.
I am most definitely a fan. Would you let me show you how big a fan I am?
Oh, you mean, yeah, of course you can show all you want, babe.
My father-in-law didn't want to have to call us in, but Dirk and Darren don't seem to be working out, so...
How about you not include Dirk and Darren in our pillow talk?
Whatever you say, babe.
Wow.
I like how you put a yellow bathrobe on Stone, and for some reason that turned him into Pedro Pascal. Did anybody else catch that? I was like,
yeah, there's some suave shit going on.
Looked like the ghost got a header for you Edward Lee fans.
oh,
There you go.
nothing like a good ghost beach.
There you go. There you go. It's getting spicy. It's getting spicy. We might need a TVMA on this movie. So spicy, I missed what the topic was there.
Wow. Someone else want to do Dan's job for him?
I don't know which where we're
I was
going.
making a Harry Reams joke and I looked down. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We're doing UFOs or mad scientists first?
It's
Doesn't
not my
matter to me.
job.
All right. Alien
Okay,
abduction UFO.
Okay, so
film.
alien
There you go. I have spoken.
violations.
Man, we're so on top of it tonight. Holy crap.
Oh yeah, totally.
So, all right. So, alien UFO films. I watched a bunch of these over the last week. So, I feel like there's going to be some crossover. So, hot tag for anybody that wants to talk about these movies. But I feel like one of the best places to start, because I think probably everybody's seen this one, is the 1989 film from Felipe Mora, Communion.
I have not seen it.
I did watch it for the first time. I'm gonna go ahead and let you get into it, but holy shit.
Has anyone read any of
Yes.
Whitley Strieber's books?
No,
Not his horror fiction, his quote unquote nonfiction.
I've read Communion.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I haven't
I'd say Majestic is a better read, but Communion's the iconic book, yeah.
Yeah. And you know, people forget this guy wrote The Hunger, he wrote Wolfen. He's a very good author. It's you know, kind of sad because he's not really, he doesn't really do much in the writing community anymore. He's just kind of a bit of a hermit, at least last I've checked. So but brilliant writer, and Communion is, let's just say, the best dance moves in the history of
that's what I was gonna get at.
Yes.
Because we watched a couple of serious ones, you know. I watched with my wife, and then got to that scene, and she just kind of gave me that look, like, "What the fuck? What the fuck are we watching?" High fiving fucking aliens. I don't know, man.
High fiving aliens, like in the midst of being anally probed, too.
Right.
Kind of like, he's very forgiving, I guess. But this is one of those movies that it's insane. It's really insane. I don't think it's the best of the alien abduction UFO movies, but there's something about Christopher Walken. He never phones it in. Whatever you think of him, he's in it. Shockingly, Whitley Strieber, he doesn't care for the movie, but he has complimented Christopher Walken. So I don't know. Maybe Walken just nailed him.
I'm just afraid of him.
He might be.
Hey, Whitley, do you want to go onto the boat?
Yeah.
Right.
Can you tone it down a little bit? And then, it's I'll take you out on the boat after a long
On the boat.
I don't think Walken did it. I don't think Walken did it.
I don't think Walken did it either, but it's funny.
Wagner might have, but I, as a boat guy, getting drunk and falling off a boat is more common than you might think. So, so I don't know about that one. don't know about that one, but
are you also alluding to Natalie Wood's demise because Christopher Walken was having an affair with her?
I don't think he did, though. It never really added up for Walken. I don't know. It seemed if somebody did it, it would have been Wagner,
of course.
But I believe me, I've had a big pontoon boat. Like, you can, if you're drinking, not paying attention, it's not that difficult to fall overboard. So
yeah.
So I don't know. That one I don't know. But opinions on Communion and opinions on Strieber.
First off, Cat Magic, amazing novel.
Oh yeah,
read that.
Actually, I think I have that novel.
You know, paperbacks of that used to be everywhere. Like, you'd go to yard sales and there'd be 7 of them sitting there. So I don't. They must have sold a lot of copies back in the day. It's kind of a very dark fairy tale when you actually read it, but it's pretty amazing. The movie. First off, who decided that Philippe Mora was the guy to go to for this? Like, oh, let's get the guy who's made the bad Howling sequels. Let's get him involved. That's just, it's not intuitive to me. It's not the phone call I would have made as a studio. But I will say that the opening 10 minutes are like bone-chillingly scary, and then the movie becomes a completely different movie for the rest of its runtime, and it's no longer scary at all. It's just kind of silly and weird. And it has pacing issues like no one's business. Like, there's moments when you're like, am I even still watching a movie? Did I turn this off and I forgot I turned it off because nothing is happening? And then it picks back up and does weird shit, and then it goes back into hibernation for a while.
Yeah,
it's the very definition of those films that you discovered on VHS when the movie you wanted to rent was no longer in stock.
Some of the therapy scenes and everything, like, I mean, and Lindsay Krause is amazing as his wife, as she always is. They
do weird shit together, though, don't you think? Like, the way they argue, the way they're arguing and shit. I don't know, man. It just didn't seem. I don't know, man. Especially when he goes to the, like you said, the group, and they're in there and like listen to them, and you don't want to share. She's like, I'm ready to go, and I don't know. It's an odd one.
It's an odd dynamic. I mean, again, I like Christopher Walken. This is probably one of those movies. Shrooms might help.
Who's making jokes about getting anally probed? Like, you know,
yes,
he got over that pretty quick. You know?
Like, they're getting ready to probe him, and I think he drops a one-liner or something. He's just like, can we talk this out? I don't know. I think I'd be freaking out quite a bit if Xenu's trying some.
You're talking to yourself. The aliens projecting yourself to you, but you look like a fucking magician.
Yeah,
you got a fucking assistant over here. Like, I don't know.
But you know what? Ridley Strieber was a big author, and again, very talented. So I believe he believes it. I don't think he's a charlatan.
No,
I don't know. I mean, like, I reached out, tried to get him on VBV Live in the first season of that. So no response, by the way. But I'd love to talk to him about like his actual horror writing. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
About this stuff, I'm a little bit less interested. But I will tell you that in the later printings of Communion, there used to be in the back page was his address where he'd ask you to send testimonials to him. So I mean, clearly, like, he was invested in the UFO, the alien abduction community more than just writing books and making money. Because why would you invite that into your life, you know, if it wasn't?
I did find something interesting, though, between Communion and the fourth kind. Like, the time that it takes place, both the date and the time. And there's a fucking owl in both films. Like, so I don't know if that's just universally, you know, from most, what's there supposed to be like 11 million witnesses or whatever that said that they've been abducted or seen aliens.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
Kind of crazy.
Fourth Kind is kind of like the Mila Jovovich movie that people forget happened.
Oh yeah.
I liked it this time. The first time I saw it, I didn't care for it. I don't know how that works, but I mean, if this shit's real in Alaska, in the town of Nome, like where all these people come up missing and never found again, and it's kind of odd.
It was just not the Mila film that people wanted. They wanted a much different probing movie.
Right. They wanted Fifth Element or
That's
Resident
not where I was
Evil.
going.
With the rise of OnlyFans, who knows? That might still happen.
That's where I was going.
Yes, it's been a minute since that last Resident Evil check, so you never know. You never know. You might get Jewish. But yeah, Communion. I think you have to see it if you're really looking to deep dive into this because of the UFO file stuff that's going on right now. Like I said, I'm not necessarily saying that all of this happened to Whitley, but I do believe he believes it in this case. I don't think he's just bullshitting. That's just my impression. Because, he was doing perfectly fine. I don't think he had to make up that grand story. I mean, he again, look at his resume.
I'm kind of like wondering too, like when I'm watching the film, because he's having a hard time writing something. He can't come up with anything. He's like got a writer's block at the very, very beginning of the film. And then all of a sudden he's inspired, Yeah. So I don't know. But it is weird, like the testimony of all these other people, they're all saying the same shit. A lot of the same stuff he's saying. So.
Yeah, it's interesting, and it's a shame you couldn't get him on, Lorne, because I think that would have been. I agree. I would have liked to have heard stories about the other books. It's just always aliens attached to him, and
he came up during that period, while Stephen King was ascending, right?
Yeah.
But yet Stephen King wasn't Stephen King yet, right? So there was room on the marketplace for other voices, and he was one of maybe a half dozen writers who was really putting in work and getting across. He's getting across the finish line. He was getting into in those days the mass market paperback was a success if it made it into your Walden books, yes, but it was really a success if it got onto your supermarket spinner, right at the checkline. And Communion was always fucking there. And his book before that, I remember Cat Magic probably was, and that's probably why there's so many used copies of it around. But also, it's just a fantastic novel. But Communion really did put his career in a different place. Unfortunately, there was no going back, even if he wanted to, which there's no indication that he wanted to.
Yeah.
But and in the small press community, I'll tell you, a lot of those novels that were big during that period got deluxe editions later, whereas the authors would sign on to a small label to print 200 copies, leather bound, numbered, and signed. You won't find the Strieber limited editions. He's just never really looked back. So I'd love to talk to him, but hey, Whitley, call me because I'm a fan.
It'd be fascinating. So one, I know that I know at least Dirk has seen this, and I feel like maybe we all have because it's gotten a lot of TV play over the years. Fire in the Sky.
Oh yeah,
I watched that in school for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, I have no idea why.
Way back
in the theater.
Yeah.
That was the last time I watched it.
This is based on the 1975 case, I believe. Travis Walton, and this one I'm a little more skeptical whether it actually happened, but this movie I think is a much better overall film than Communion. It takes it a little bit more seriously, and great cast. DB Sweeney as Travis Walton, he's excellent. Robert Patrick, who I'm kind of surprised didn't become more of a headliner on the big screen, especially after Terminator 2 and something like this, where he really gets to show his range and, vulnerable side. He's excellent. James Garner, Henry Thomas. This has just got Noble Willingham. It's got a great cast, and I'm curious to get everybody's.
That's Elliot too, right? From E.T. who's in this shit.
Yeah, Henry Thomas, Craig Schaefer.
Henry Thomas there.
Craig Schaefer, who apparently was like quite the asshole at this time, gave the director a lot of trouble. But this probably has the most terrifying alien examination sequences.
Yes.
It's really. Was it grade school that you saw it, Sam?
No, I was in high school.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
So
but yeah,
93, right?
I haven't. Huh?
93 when it came out, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what part of high school I was in. And I actually don't think I've seen this movie in its entirety since then. But I remember the abduction sequences being especially like bothersome. It's like, ooh, I'm uncomfortable. So
Yeah, that scene when he's coming out of when he's in the little bubble, I mean, the Matrix. I get the Matrix vibes right from that. When he's coming out of that, though, that whole sequence, man, he's floating and it's like he's attached to an umbilical cord or something. Like,
yeah,
but the alien, he's fighting them back, and yeah, man, it's
the reason why DB Sweeney took that role was specifically what you mentioned, Dirk, where he's floating around in the spaceship. Well, he heard that James Cameron was going to do Spider-Man. So he basically did this movie as a giant Spider-Man audition because he was hoping to be cast as Peter Parker during the movie after the movie.
He would have been an old ass Peter Parker.
He would have been too old. Yeah, I'm a little off on that, but
then again, Michael Dudikoff was going to be Spider-Man for canon, so maybe it wouldn't have stopped them.
American Spider-Man. I love Fire in the Sky. I mean, I'm a huge DB Sweeney fan. And you know what's funny is when I put a review up on Twitter several years ago, it was Robert Patrick who actually liked and retweeted it. And then later DB Sweeney did. And then James Garner's daughter did. So, I mean, apparently they're all proud of this movie. I think it's great. I even like the ending, which a lot of critics got down on. But I mean, I thought it was the only logical way to end the movie, which was, they're probably not going to come back and they got to go on with their lives, no matter what people think or what assume or whatnot. But yeah, I love Fire in the Sky. And I was glad to pick up this Blu-ray with all these bonus features after we've been waiting so long. And I think Paramount eventually put it out on Blu-ray. But this is from Australia. This is from Via Vision Imprint. And,
okay. Yeah, this is the Scream Factory Blu-ray that I've got.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, well worth picking this one up. Again, if you're kind of doing and I know a lot of people are right now, if you're doing an essential abduction UFO marathon, then Fire in the Sky's got to be on that list.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, I know it's not abduction, but I do recommend that S4, the Bob Lazar story.
Yes.
Pretty good documentary. I watched The Fourth Kind with my wife, and she loved that one the most out of all of the shit that we watched.
Okay.
I don't know. It's pretty damn... It seems to be pretty true. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, there's the Phoenix Lights. There's been a few movies on that, but Phoenix Forgotten was one that they did. Yeah, one that it's one of the more famous cases, and this one doesn't get talked about a lot because it's an older movie, a TV movie. But the UFO incident with James Earl Jones, and
I would check it out just for James Earl Jones for sure.
Yeah, this is about the Barney and Betty Hill story, which you'll hear talked about like ad nauseum on Rogan and other big podcasts. Like it's one of the big UFO cases, and it's quite good. It's quite good.
It is interesting, like in these films, of like how they can't remember, and then they go to a hypnotist, and then it triggers trauma. And all these people there, then they remember, and then it's like they start going off the fucking rails, like
yeah. Well, as you would. I mean, I definitely probably wouldn't take that.
Anal probes and whatever else kind of weird shit is going on. I don't know.
You gotta be careful with that stuff because medical environments mess with people big time. And so do authority environments, which so like just like the Satanic Panic, whereas a bunch of kids were revealed to their psychiatrist that their parents were in satanic cults and molesting them and stuff in the 80s, and none of that happened.
The McMartin trial.
But so you got to be careful and consistent. I think that psychiatry is very much a matter of getting people in tune with themselves. Are repressed memories a thing? Sure, but they're rare. I don't know.
Unlocking something.
A true repressed memory is really hard to come by.
Yeah.
What do y'all think about the alien abduction stories where people they say, they've done psychedelics and said they've seen machine elves and shit?
100%. I 100% believe in the machine elves when people drop DMT.
Yeah.
But this is also something that, could there be machine elves? I'm not saying there aren't machine elves.
Right.
I don't know.
The poll just changed a little bit.
It's pretty wild shit. You hear some of these stories.
It's either machine elves exist or there's some very interesting built-in biological function that causes us to have the same kind of, group hallucination when exposed to stuff like DMT. Because we also see it in things when people talk about seeing shadow people. When really that's just because you are between a waking and a dreaming state.
Sleep paralysis, kind of.
Right.
Yeah. I'm tuning into one signal. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's like that's it's kind of nice to know that at least we all have these weird little things in common.
I'm not a drug guy. DMT, is that different from ayahuasca?
Yeah,
it's probably the same level.
DMT is what your brain produces when it's dreaming.
Oh yes. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this demon is suffocating me. Oh, I can't wake up.
But it's crazy the similarities that all these people see the same thing. These elves smiling at them and shit, and they look like some of them look like little kids and shit. I don't know.
Isn't that the burn bush theory or something?
Right.
That's what made it evolve in the first place.
That's a theory. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also like the near-death experience issue, whereas like in Christian cultures, people who have the near-death experience see Christian iconography, and it's very consistent, the story. But then you go to the Islamic world, and it's completely different. And you go to Hindu world, and it's completely different, but consistent in each case in every society. So it's like, is that evidence of something, or is it evidence that our cultures inform us in highly stressed times? I don't know. So to have something like the machine elves come up at a time, is there an underlying social influence that we're not recognizing, that's not immediately coming to mind? Is there some piece of media that everyone is gravitating towards in those moments? I don't know.
As far as machine elves, like where you mean represented in pop culture somehow, that's getting kind of, I don't know about that. It seems kind of like, I feel like we would have heard about this in some other aspect by now, right? Because the only context I've ever heard machine elves is in regards to DMT.
Right.
Well, it's not necessarily by that name though. So
and psychedelics too,
Yeah,
machine elves, I feel like weren't though like in the public consciousness until maybe 10 years ago.
Sure.
Like Rogan and everything kind of made it really famous. I don't know. I mean, those stories that go way back, I don't know that you could blame that on just they're in pop culture, because I'm not sure that the average.
Well, how far do the machine elves really go back?
I'm pretty sure there's stories that certainly predate, podcasts like that. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not an expert on this, but it is a very specific kind of interesting thing that people see. Now, I've known people that have done ayahuasca, that have gone to where is it, Peru or something. Some say that it changed their lives. Some say they just shit themselves and felt like an idiot. So
it changed Mike Tyson's life.
Yeah, there you go. God, can you imagine Mike Tyson on drugs on Iowa? That's terrifying.
Well, it calmed him down. It calmed the beast, he said, So.
Well, but also something else that might be tied to it, but I'm not really sure. But this could be something. It's how it's all cultures have their own myths and whatnot. Is like morphological resonance. which is kind of like the idea that, certain habits and memories can be passed down through generations. So it's probably where we're seeing some of that from. But
That's true.
machine elves, that's interesting, though. I've never done a deep dive on where the origin is.
It's pretty wild.
Well, it might be still in the oral tradition stage. It might not be really something you can research deeply yet.
Yeah.
But this is actually this is the top side of this topic that I actually want to discuss, because I'm a skeptic in things, but you will notice that I voted. And by the way, you guys should vote in the poll too.
I'm trying to figure out how to do that.
Just put a number in. Did you read the instructions on the poll? It says type 1, 2, or 3. Dan.
Oh, okay. So that's all you do. Technology, man.
There we go. So, so the modern day envision of the UFO is completely consistent with Ray Harryhausen's creation for Earth versus the Flying Saucers. But before that movie came out, there really that vision of flying saucers really did not exist. There was no reports of them looking like that. So the question becomes, how much is media influencing experience? And that doesn't mean the experience is not happening, right? But there definitely seems to be a correlation, at least, between accounts and the media we consume. So by the time we get to communion and fire in the sky, what is that doing to the next level of, like, quote unquote real world experiences? I think we're more susceptible to what we consume as, quote, entertainment than we think we are. And that's not to say that something is not happening, but the specific form it's taking, just like near-death experiences are giving us your Christian experience or your Hindu experience or your Taoist experience, for that matter. Some in countries with very strong, or societies, I should say, with a very strong like ancestor worship background, they tend to be greeted by their ancestors. Big surprise, but that doesn't seem to be what it's described in America in general. So the UFO iconography seems to be definitely informed by pop culture, whether it is actually guiding it or a reaction or how we process it, because our funny little brains are basically just, mac and cheese in our heads. I don't know.
Liminally getting fucked with.
Anal probe thing seems very obvious to me.
Yeah.
This is not a medical experiment. This is Earth processing.
That's what happened to you.
Recessed spheres, okay, guys? And by the way, when guys talk about this subject, they talk very differently than women talk about this subject. Like, men go, "Oh, you'd be talking," and most women are like, "Uh-huh."
Yep. No, I mean, I'm not comfortable with being anally probed either. I mean, I've had a colonoscopy, but I was asleep. That was a good nap.
There you go. You would think the aliens would be kind enough to just put you under for that, but
yeah, you don't need to remember this.
I feel like
people don't need to go to hypnotists.
I feel like aliens don't have like a lot of, street smarts, to be perfectly honest.
And then there's a theory that aliens are us in the future. Evolved.
The theory that we're basically lab animals. I'm probably saying some of these wrong, but it's the chicken coop theory, I believe, that that's essentially what we are, created in a lab by some higher intelligence. And yeah. I mean, it's possible. I mean,
the universe is a simulation.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, I think also I'm going to be pessimistic about that. But the whole thing about like us being experiments and, even the universe being a simulation, which is one of my favorites, I think that's just the way that, we want to feel special in a mundane world.
Exactly.
And, even though for real, though, it's like sometimes I have to wonder if the simulation is broken. But then it's just because I have like really bad depersonalization a lot of times. So it's like, oh, that's probably that again. But
it could be the impersonal God issue too. Like the idea that, and this is going to get crude for a second, but it's the only analogy that works. A creator doesn't necessarily point the right sperm at the egg, right? So if something got released into the universe and the pieces land where they are, something might have started it, but they might not have been a big plan involved.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. I don't know. I still believe that there is life out there, and few rapid fire suggestions, and not going deep into some of this unless you guys still have some. But
I have a couple, but go ahead.
yeah. No, the Altered is really good from Eduardo Sanchez. That's a movie from the 2000s. That's actually quite frightening. Area 51, if you want a movie, and I know that one gets complicated because you'll find a lot of things under Area 51. But Oren Pillay, the director of Paranormal Activity and oh, why am I blanking here? The Chernobyl Diaries.
Chernobyl Diaries.
Yeah, he directs Area 51, where they actually go in. A film crew goes into Area 51. They sneak in. That one's fun. There's really countless suggestions for this. I rewatched McPherson tape, and I'm not going to lie, that's one of those ones for me. The fact that they convinced people it was real is the most interesting thing about it. But it's fairly effective for a no-budget movie. I mean, I will tell you the cleaned up version on the Blu-ray. Yeah, at that point you can certainly see the warts.
So you need to watch it in the shitty.
Watch the shitty version if you kind of want that full experience for sure. Yeah, but I'm curious to hear some of your guys' suggestions. I could go all day with alien stuff, but
Man, I don't know. I was looking, and a lot of times I'm looking at the poster arts on things, and I'm like, no. Do I want to waste my time with that shit? No, I don't think so. Like, if the art's shitty, then more than likely I'm staying clear. So I don't really know enough.
Yeah, there was a Roswell TV movie with Martin Sheen too that I remember being fairly decent. But Fire in the Sky is pretty essential if you're doing this. We kind of stuck to specific abduction stories, but Stone, I'm really curious what you've got.
Oh yeah, I got a couple to share. Okay. One of them I can't say that I'm a huge fan of. I mean, I wouldn't call it a classic, although some people would probably say, oh yeah, I have fond memories of seeing that when I was a kid. In 1986, Disney put out a movie called Flight of the Navigator.
Yes.
Yeah,
Now, yes. Yeah. Look, it's about a kid who's taken by a UFO in 1978, and he's returned in 1986 as a 12-year-old boy. He didn't age a day, whatever. And so his parents and his family decide to try to figure out what happened to him. And of course, they figure out, he went on a spacecraft. He went to some planet somewhere, and he came back. And now all the NASA scientists want to use him as a guinea pig, essentially, and study him and everything. He essentially goes on a spaceship run by a robot that sounds very much like Pee Wee Herman, because it was Pee Wee Herman. In the film, he's billed as...
That's frightening.
What?
That's kind of frightening in itself.
Yes. It is
being abducted by Pee Wee Herman as a child, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And that anal probe scene, oh, man, it's rough. It's rough, man. But, yeah, in the movie, he was billed as Paul Mall.
What? Like the cigarette?
Yes, like the cigarette.
Amazing.
I don't have any explanation for that.
Disney. But all you gotta say.
Maybe, yeah. My problem with Flight of the Navigator, and I've seen it many times since '86. I mean, I adore the first half where it's a mystery and we're trying to figure out what the hell happened to this kid. The second half, where he's hanging out with Max the alien, is basically a bunch of pop culture references.
Hell yeah.
It's the same thing that happened with Explorers. And that's one of the reasons why I was disappointed with Explorers, even though I think that could have been Joe Dante's magnum opus. Had he just, had him kept on exploring and not be trapped by a bunch of kiddie aliens who watch American television all day. So, I mean,
that one does kind of shit the bed a little bit when you get to that part, but
right.
Joe Dante's movies always have charm, though.
Oh, totally.
You see him in everything he ever did.
Mm-hmm. So, look, I like half of Flight of the Navigator, and I want the art house version of that. I want the art house version of Flight of the Navigator. It'll never happen. I know they were talking about doing a sequel a few years ago. And there's also a documentary about the star called I Am Joey Kramer or whatever, which talks about his Adventures in Rehab and everything. It was interesting. I mean, a lot of his Flight Navigator cast members got back together and everything. It's fine, but man, I wish it was better. I wish it didn't depend on those pop culture references and Paul Mall sounding like Pee Wee Herman. But anyway,
the other and all that good shit.
What's up?
Is there a lot of product placements? I don't remember. It's been a long time.
They like he imitates a Rice-A-Roni commercial. I mean,
right.
He does stuff like that. He does stuff like that, which is just annoying. But the other movie I wanted to talk about, which I just discovered last night, and this was a very, very fascinating watch. I don't know if any of you saw a 2019 film from Amazon called The Vast of Night.
Directed by I have seen that.
Andrew Patterson, and co-written by Patterson, and he also co-produced it and everything. And it's loosely based on the Kecksburg, Pennsylvania UFO incident, for those that know the story behind that. But it's essentially, very, very long takes. Long, unbroken takes where the actors are just killing it. There's one sequence where we see the lead actress at a switchboard for like 10 minutes straight, trying to figure out what the source of this noise is. And then we leave, and the camera just basically goes down to a high school where we see a basketball game going on, and then we leave and we go somewhere else. Shockingly, it was not your average alien abduction story. It was very, very intense, and it technically speaking, I thought it was a marvel. That
one takes place in the 50s, right?
1950s New Mexico, and there's also a kind of an ode to the Twilight Zone, where we hear like Rod Serling, if he had done like a TV show in the 50s that had that Twilight Zone atmosphere about it. And that's essentially what it did. And I wanted to mention also real quick that Andrew Patterson, he got a bunch of awards for this movie, and his second movie is coming out just this year, and it also has a very high Rotten Tomatoes score. It's called The Rivals of Amzia King, with Matthew McConaughey and Scott Shepard. That also has, here again, very high critical reaction. And this comes out on August 14th. So Andrew Patterson and The Vast of Night, those are ones to look out for. On a one more note, if you really want to go down the rabbit hole of the month, investigate what's going on with all these NASA scientists disappearing or winding up dead.
Yeah.
It's kind of strange shit going on.
Something's going on there. I don't know what. It's not, it's just, that's not a coincidence at this
point.
Look at this distraction. That's how I look at it. I don't know.
All back to Epstein.
Mm-hmm. It's all back to Epstein. But that's all I got.
Vast of Night's a very good suggestion.
Yes.
Very good suggestion. Yeah.
Before we wrap this up, Sam, can you read the results of the poll?
I didn't even get mine. I didn't get to say mine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This fucking movie earlier again.
Okay, well then.
Anyway, we'll do the poll first. Do you believe in UFO/alien visitation? 40%. Yes, totally. 30%. I believe something is happening, and another 30% with a maybe. But I appreciate that nobody said, no, this shit is silly. This shit is damn serious.
Yeah.
It's a strange world. I think people are more open to it at the very least than they were in the past. So,
yeah. Well, here's something nobody is going to be open to, and I can't make this a recommendation. And I don't really know why I watched this, but I feel like, we've been talking a little bit about false memories, and I feel like this movie is a false memory and deals with false memories, and most of you may not even remember it in a second.
Ironically.
By the title, exactly. The title, it's 2004's The Forgotten with Julianne Moore. Does anybody remember the movie by the title?
Yes.
The Forgotten?
I
Yes.
remember the movie by the title. I don't remember for the life of me what it's about.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
There's
okay.
nothing on a plane.
Like nothing. Okay. Does anybody remember seeing a trailer where like somebody was coming up to Julianne Moore and then she just gets fucking yeeted into the atmosphere by something unseen? That's the Forgotten. That's it. So, I mean, if anybody hasn't seen the movie, basically it's dealing with Julianne Moore's character and she's grieving the disappearance / probable death of her son, who was in like a plane crash, or
maybe
the plane seemed to have disappeared with like all of his classmates a year prior.
Yeah.
And it's funny because then like a year after this incident, she's still got pictures of her son and her husband and her, right? Like the three of them together. But then she comes home from therapy, I guess, and now the picture just shows her and her husband and the kid's gone. And she's upset. And then the husband's like, you never had a child. You miscarried. And you've had these false memories for 8 years.
So it's the unraveling of the mind trope, or like kind of deal?
Kind of, but no.
Okay.
I think it would have been more interesting if it just been dealing with the false memories. But then it turns out that there was another parent of one of her son's friends that also remembers like his daughter. And he's like a raging alcoholic. So maybe alcohol is the answer to driving off alien forces. Who knows? But it's so weird because it's like the aliens take about like a year. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even bother bringing in the aliens here. They're never explicitly mentioned in the movie. But basically what happened is aliens intercepted that flight and decided to run an experiment to see about how strong the bond is between, parent and child. So all these other parents are forgetting about their children except for Julianne Moore and the other guy. And then they also have to, go on the run from the NSA. And I'm just, okay, whatever. We're doing hijinks. I get it. What?
You know what I don't understand about the whole alien thing? Like the aliens are interspace travel. We got it. It's fine. We figured it out.
No, wait.
How do these human beings work? We need to poke them.
No,
it doesn't make sense.
I know, but it's even funnier because, I mean, again, every time somebody messes up the experiment a little bit, right? They have to yeet them. Like they have to do Team Rocket's blasting off again. You're never seeing that motherfucker ever. But they have to fucking yeet them, I guess, into the mothership to prevent, contamination. And I'm just like, Julianne Moore should have been the first person to get yeeted then. Yeah. Anyway, but I guess they decided just, she's a more interesting experiment. Anyway, long story short, this movie ends when Julianne Moore refuses to forget about her son. And then the aliens are like, okay, Julianne Moore, I guess you passed the experiment. And then they reset time. The aliens that are running this very important experiment to see how strong the parent-child bond is, they've already mastered time travel.
But they need to keep playing a game. People. We don't understand how it works.
They're just it's a fun game for them. A little hobby, maybe. I don't know.
I gotta look this shit up.
It is. I was like,
it's like Monopoly in space.
I remember walking out of the theater, which nobody went to see that movie.
I thought it
saw that in the theater.
It's not a good.
Are you kidding?
I did.
It made on a flight.
Yeah.
It made $117 million on a $42 million budget.
How?
So obviously, people went to go see it.
That's over 20 years ago. I mean, back then that happened a little more often, but yeah, I mean, it's like, wow, they just threw everything out there. I just remember walking out like,
I know.
I mean, I don't think that's
I remember, but I might have forgotten.
But points for. Points for creativity, I guess.
Originally, Nicole Kidman was attached to this, and that would have been a better movie, right, Lauren?
If we could forget about her by the end of the film, this would be my favorite film ever.
I bet you Nicole Kidman is top tier.
I think we found our next topic for next month is Nicole Kidman movies.
Yeah.
Somehow heartbreak feels amazing in a place like this.
Once Lorne gets to Baby Girl, oh shit,
that is never gonna fucking happen.
Baby Girl's fun. Baby Girl's
fun. She had over 200 orgasms during the production of that movie.
That might have been Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah,
She had some. Yeah.
Maybe.
To Die For, maybe.
I feel like maybe we should not discuss orgasms when it comes to being in a work setting. I don't care if you're in Hollywood and it's acting, but it's like, I'm just saying, like, if a dude was saying that about how many orgasms he had while filming a movie, oh God, we would be canceling him immediately. So I'm just like, let's nobody do this. That's gross anyway.
It's an animated movie, Leo. God damn. What are you doing in that booth?
Scouting future girlfriends.
Yes. Aliens.
Oh my God, wouldn't it have been funny if like the Forgotten actually had been like an Epstein Island cover-up? The aliens are just intercepting the planes and directing them to Little St. James. I mean, it wouldn't be funny, but you know what I mean.
They might as well have thrown another twist into that. Why not?
On a final alien note, I did see very recently, I did rewatch Steven Spielberg's Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Nice.
That might be, I mean, next to Fire in the Sky, which I love, I mean, that may be the finest movie about UFOs and aliens that I've ever seen.
He's firing again. Disclosure Day.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, you know, it's funny. Right before they did Indiana Jones 4, Steven just did not want to do it. He refused to do it. Then George went to him and said, no. George, Steven, they're not extraterrestrials. They're interdimensional beings.
I know Spielberg admitted, well, he said that he wished he would have changed the end. Where
of Close Encounters?
He has changed the end.
Yeah. No. Yeah, where the father leaves with the damn alien. Like, leaves his family and shit. Like, fuck y'all family, you know, I'm going off with them.
I'm looking forward to Disclosure Day. That's going to be out next month on the 12th. So 30 days from now.
I'm curious because he's not a sure thing anymore. That was a topic we had the other night on Flesh Wound Features. I mean, Christopher Nolan seems to be the only one that can sell a movie on his name as far as a director at this point.
Eggers good though.
Eggers
Odyssey.
Is the one I'm hyped for. That's the only film I'm hyped for is the Werewolf, right? Or Werewolf.
Oh, yeah, Werewolf.
I am excited for that. I am excited for that.
The Pacific Ocean, a flotilla of stolen boats, glowing cultists. Yeah, I've read this one. I'm so going to find Branson and spoil the ending for him. And probably for you too.
WTAF.
Hey, Lorne, can you overlay Under the Sea on that part where I'm drowning with the eels? It'd be funny.
Disney's very litigious. I don't know. Lorne, you failed in one aspect. You should have had some sort of sushi gimmick to promote that book back in the day. Like you gotta get somebody to make like the blue eel roll at this point. I bet something could make it glow.
Well, also, doesn't it have to have some kind of psychedelic in it?
Oh yeah.
Hey, even better.
I know, just like a little tetrodotoxin. No,
I never really hear about drugs in sushi. I don't know. Is that not something that gels? Can you do it? Blue eel roll. I'm putting it out in the world.
I see a blue fish eel roll. A straightforward option has baked eel, cucumber, and avocado. I don't like cucumber.
Avocado.
Oh, love that. Who doesn't love avocado?
Yeah.
Avocado is an acquired taste. It took Chris a while to like avocado as well.
Yeah. They make burgers just infinitely better. I love avocado.
Oh, we just had an avocado sprout. So
nice.
We'll see if we get a nice little tree out of it soon. Well, in a few years.
Sweet.
Nice.
Sorry, food, you know. Favorite topic kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I want the Blue Eel roll to happen, so I'm going to look into that. I don't make sushi, but I'm going to ask around.
I love that that's the adaptation you want to happen.
Yeah, right. I wish I knew how to make my own sushi rolls.
We'll do that. We'll conquer the sushi industry. Then there's going to be the Blue Eel movie. We'll make that. But read Blue Eel.
I'm sure they'll call Philippe Mora and get him right on it.
Yes, Philippe is the way to go. So I missed the topic again. I'm sorry. I'm like invested in the thing, and then I missed the topic.
Sam, you are now the host of the show.
Do I just pick the topic? Is that it? Okay, we didn't have a flash. What do you guys feel like next?
Just spin it off.
Let's do Mad Scientists.
Okay.
We're feeling goofy anyway, right? Let's keep going.
Mad Scientists.
Yeah, like off the top of your head, top 3 mad scientists that you can think of. I mean, you don't have to be. They don't have to be. I guess they should be top 3 if they're okay. Yeah, in order. I mean, Dr. Herbert West, obviously, and then probably Dr. Weird from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and then probably Dr. Robotnik.
Ooh, Robotnik.
But Dr. Weird, gentlemen, behold. No one.
The first couple seasons were so good.
What?
The first couple seasons of Aqua Teens are so good.
They are.
I mean, you get past the demonic sandwich episode, which is amazing. They never were able to get quite that good again.
I was the Brood Witch for Halloween one year.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yes.
And Raboot, the premiere episode, Raboot, is fucking phenomenal.
Would not have expected you to be an Aqua Teen Hunger Force fan, Lauren.
Oh my god!
It's still going on is the thing that I hadn't realized until like recently.
The what?
Really?
Yeah, there's like still new stuff.
Well, that's got to be over 20 years now.
Yeah, Aqua Teens ended sometime, but
I was a big fan of one that didn't keep going, Ugly Americans. I don't remember if it's the same. 2 seasons.
That a little bit, yeah.
I always embrace the shows that fail, but Ugly Americans was a lot of fun.
Lauren, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Sorry, but I was thinking, have you seen or what are your thoughts on the Mooninites? Yes, no?
Pretty no.
I knew it.
Sorry.
My heart. Okay.
You know what's really great about Aqua Teens, and I mean this very sincerely, is that it kind of perfectly showcases what's inevitably going to happen to every sitcom and all those like 70s and 80s like private eye shows, is that they'll eventually not be about what they supposedly were about. They'll eventually just be about the characters. But they did that in one episode. They just, after the first episode, they never investigated anything ever again.
I kind of like it that way.
No, that's so brilliant because it's just like that's what happens anyway. Like you can put up the facade that Moonlighting is about the mysteries, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
So how crazy is it that they take our elements of a fast food meal and turn them into characters, and they're more legitimate characters than most that are written for television shows. That's kind of insane.
Interesting. I mean, I'm not
saw that
surprised.
coming. You see that?
The what, huh?
No one saw that coming. Aqua Teens as a topic.
No, I did not. I did not go back and rewatch Aqua Teen. That's kind
I
of
don't
a
think
shame.
nobody expected anybody to do
That's
that.
not that great. It doesn't even have bacon.
That's true. That's true. So, Mad Scientists, who wants to go?
Dirk.
I'll go. Yeah.
Go for it.
All
I
right.
think we're going to have a little crossover, too.
We're going to have a little crossover, but I'm going to go ahead and mention
Kind of sort of connected, our movies.
this
sort
is
of.
the first one I'm going to talk about is The Hunchback of the Morgue.
Yes.
Paul Naschy. And like I know Paul Naschy gets a lot of hate. A lot of people shit on him all the time.
Well,
saying how
people are stupid.
Yeah.
Because they love Paul Naschy.
I mean, he does go over the top. He does he play the villain and the hero at the same time in Bed Women? Yes, he does do that. But I mean, in this, he's a hunchback, and everybody's completely saying how disfigured he is, and you're like, okay, well, I don't know what's up with the face paint. They didn't really go there, but a hunchback does get it on with a woman, which kind of tripped me out. But he's not the villain.
Kinky.
He's in love with this woman that's terminally ill. She ends up dying, and he's not accepting that she's dead. So he takes her off, and he thinks that this Dr. Orlo can wake her up, so Dr. Orlo says, yes, I can do that, but you have to bring me dead bodies and shit. And then he makes a primordial primate, and a lot of gruesome gore shit going on in here.
A lot of rats being set on fire.
Yeah, rats set on fire. I'm just like, whoa, what the shit's
That's
going
the thing
on
we
here?
used to do in cinema.
Yeah, this is pretty wild. But it's gothic. It's definitely Nashi tipping his hat to Lon Chaney and the Universal monsters, which he loves, but nah, man, this is probably his best performance out of the ones I've seen. I haven't seen them all, but all the Nashi stuff. But I think he shows his acting ability in this. I mean,
no,
I'd put this over Horror Rises from the Tombs, which is great too, but I'd still put this performance over it.
I love all of Paul Nashi's films.
Yeah,
pretty much. I mean, he has a really good batting average for me. I mean, everything's entertaining. And Hunchback of the Morgue, I even have the poster back there in the other room. Mm-hmm. I love it. It actually began its life. Count Dracula's Great Love was kind of a cursed production for him. There was a really bad car accident that injured a lot of actors on that, so he just segued to this other script. Some of the actors that weren't maimed from that movie just like, all right, it's production shut down for now, let's go ahead and shoot this. And it is remarkably very good. It's not a bad starting point if you want to get into Paul Nashi. I obviously love the Waldemar Daninsky films, being
when he's a werewolf.
Yeah, throughout this season, like those are just so iconic to me. As Jallows,
Dragonfly Freeze Corpse is a great one. Yeah. So.
Like I said, I recommend most of his stuff. Certainly in his heyday.
The primordial primate creature thing, though.
Yeah.
When I'm sitting there seeing that, when I see that come on the screen, I'm like, damn, that looks like Tar Man. Like from Return of the Living Dead. I mean, and this is 73. So, you begin to wonder on some of these things. But, no, man, this one here, I'm trying to think of the actress's name. Shit, thought I had it.
There's a few in there. Maria
She's a beautiful woman, though, and you see a hunchback get it on with her. You're like, what? And it's in Spain too. They had the censored cut and the uncensored cut. So,
the Paul Nashi sets from Scream Factory are just such a good value, and I think they're still in print. When with Scream Factory, I would grab What You Want Soon.
These were on sale. Like this was on sale not too long ago. I got this for I want to say it was like $30 on Amazon.
That's a steal for all those movies.
Yeah, you get 5 films in there. So
Rosanna Yanni, if you're talking about
that's it. Rosanna Yanni.
Okay, yeah, she's the main one. There's a lot of beautiful women in Paul Nashi's films,
and she's got his back the whole time, and it's a fun movie, man. Dr. Orlo's out of his fucking mind. But that was the first one I got, man. And then I know Dan, you're gonna talk about one, but
yeah, I'm gonna nerd out in a bit.
So I had to bring up Uncle Jess.
Yes,
Franco. The Diabolical Dr. Z, basically about
connected to my movie.
Yeah, basically about this Dr. Zimmer. He's rejected by his fellow colleagues because he wants permission to do experiments on condemned criminals.
Mm-hmm.
And he thinks that he has figured out how to separate evil and good from the brain so he can make everybody good. And they're like, well, how do you know that this works? He's like, well, I haven't done it on humans, which is, He's lying. I mean, he has done it on a human, but
Yeah.
he's done it on animals, is what, and they're all laughing at him and shit. And then he has a heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
So then his daughter, she's also his assistant. She's the one that keeps pushing him to do the experiments on humans. And then she just loses her mind, and it's a revenge plot by then. So she goes to a cabaret and gets this stripper, Miss Death.
Death.
Yeah.
Played by the beautiful Estella Blaine.
Yeah, she is beautiful. And she's got like these long, razor sharp fingernails, and then she equips them with poison. So the plot is to kill the three doctors that rejected her father. And she fakes her own death as well. So,
yeah.
You got Howard Vernon in here too. It's pretty fun.
Oh yeah, Mabel Carr is Irma Zimmer in that. Great psycho bitch performance. Like, she's really good in that movie.
She goes over the top. And the black and white. I mean, Franco's. He's in it, of course. You're gonna see him pop up. He's the inspector and shit.
It's Inspector Tanner, which is a recurring character in a lot of Franco movies, among others I'll talk about. But, this is actually Diabolical Dr. Z is based loosely on the 1940 Cornell Woolrich novel, The Bride Wore Black, which it's weird because it says it's based on a novel by David Kuhn, which is just a made-up name. Franco gave himself credit for writing novels that didn't exist, so it's just a pseudonym.
And this was from 66, I believe.
66, yeah.
So if you want an updated version of this film, I highly recommend Soledad Miranda's. It's Jess Franco as well, but She Killed in Ecstasy.
Yeah.
Man, this woman here, she could have been up there with like Edwidge Fenech. I mean,
Soledad, we lost her too soon. Yeah,
she was Jess Franco's muse before. What Linda was it? Linda Romay?
Lena Romay.
Lena Romay.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. The co-writer on Diabolical Dr. Z, Jean-Claude Carrière, he wrote a series of Frankenstein serial paperbacks, I believe, under Benoit Becker, and they're very collectible. But this is some would say peak Franco, at least if you're talking horror. He kind of peaked early when it came to the horror films that he did, and you'll notice a lot of spillover from the movie I'll talk about. But
Orloff gets mentioned from Dr. Zimmer at the very beginning, but this is a sleazy for 66. This is pretty sleazy film.
Very for 66,
but it's still, man, it's shot really well. It's I don't know. I had fun with it. So.
Yeah.
Eroticized violence, I'd say, big time.
Yeah, it's
real sexual shit going on.
As you get later into Jess Franco, obviously you're dealing with some heavily erotic.
It gets a lot more, explicit later, Franco. But this one, I think most people can handle.
I think it's a good one if you're just a fan of classic horror. Before you get into those like the infamous zoom shots with Lena Romay, and
I can't help but get Frankenhooker vibes from this movie. So
I am positive. I mean, Hen and Lauder saw it. I can guarantee you that. He's about as big a movie nerd as anybody. So, but yeah, I'll tag in quickly because I have one that's connected to this, and again, very loosely, but it's the one that started it all. Over 205 films from Jess Franco, and this was his first horror film, is 1962's The Awful Dr. Orloff. And this one, historical. I mean, this was his first horror movie. Jess was not a big fan, really, of horror movies, or even a lot of the stuff that he made, which is always kind of disheartening because the good work is really good. It was also known as Screams in the Night, which it premiered as in Spain. Some people in the UK saw it as The Demon Doctor, and it actually premiered in the US on a double bill with The Horrible Dr. Hitchcock in 1964. And this was the first real Spanish horror import that was successful overseas. And
it's the first Spanish horror too, isn't it? Or no?
No, but it is like the first. It's one of the first ones that really kind of did really well in other territories. And this, as the story goes, Jess Franco, while he was still filming his musical comedy Vampiricus 1930, which was kind of about the plight of down and out silent film actors during the dawn of the talkies. He took his producers to see the 1960 Hammer horror film The Brides of Dracula from director Terence Fisher, and he convinced them that he could make similar movies for them. And that was something that kind of changed history forever, because again, over 200 movies, it's insane. Now this movie obviously owes a lot to Eyes Without a Face, which is one of the all-time greats. It also owes quite a bit to the 1961 Alfred Vorer krimi film that was also based on the Edgar Wallace 1924 novel The Dark Eyes of London, which was also, of course, in 1939, The Dark Eyes of London, aka The Human Monster, with Bela Lugosi as a Dr. Orloff. The Dr. Orloff character is complicated because often he would reappear through Jess Franco movies, but with no connection. It's really just kind of an homage. But the character name follow-ups from Franco are the Secret Dr. Orloff, Orloff and the Invisible Man, The Sinister Eyes of Dr. Orloff. He pops up in Faceless, Revenge in the House of Usher. Yep. It's a very complicated history. But this began his collaboration with Howard Vernon, who plays Dr. Orloff, and he went on to do over 40 Jess Franco movies, which is insane. 40 out of his 205, I believe, finished movies. And Inspector Tanner's in here. This is a really good movie as well. A lot of people ask me, like, where should I start with Franco? And I'm like, well, if you're into the sleazy side of Jess Franco, you can do Barbed Wire Dolls or
Vampiros Lesbos.
Well, Vampiros Lesbos, I'll defend, though, is a very good movie on top of the, vampire.
Yeah, I'm just saying, start with that. Yeah.
That's a good starting point if you want to. If you're just looking for slasher gore thrills, I mean, Faceless, Bloody Moon, and Sleaze, Ilsa the Wicked Warden. But if you really want to kind of start your journey, Awful Dr. Orloff is where this is the one that really just launched him and his career. I talk about Jess Franco a lot. I'm a huge fan. Not to say that all of his movies are great. We did cover Oasis of the Zombies a while back, so believe me.
He does claim that George Lucas took his face and made Yoda.
Based Yoda off of him, which you can see. You can see it.
You can see the shit. Yeah.
He might be full of shit, but
he looks like Yoda. He does.
Franco is somebody that I'm sure he's told some tall tales over the time, but
he does get in there with the camera though on some of them sleazy films. Holy shit, he gets in there with the camera.
Carolyn Monroe is very well aware of that because I talked to Carolyn Monroe. She was actually mortified because it was during a panel and I brought up Faceless, and it was like the first question, and it's like, didn't think I'd be talking about that one. But yeah, she was like very much like, oh no, don't worry. Like, we won't show it on screen. It's like, yeah, absolutely not. I've seen your movies. I know about the zoom shots. So,
super zoom. Yeah. Holy shit. Bridget LaHaye wouldn't care.
Bridget LaHaye would not care. No, she did a lot more adult work than a Carolyn Monroe did, which is unfortunately none. But Awful Dr. Orloff is a great film. You don't have to, again, watch all the Orloff movies because it really Morpho, his bug-eyed henchman, and all of that. Like, that's another recurring character, and sometimes he's normal, sometimes he's deformed. It's all part of the really complicated Franco-verse. But I do highly recommend this one because you probably haven't seen it. I notice a lot of people with Jess Franco, it's like, oh yeah, I've seen his Elsa movie and all of this, but he started off as a very, very promising filmmaker that, who knows, he could have had a very different career.
Started out in comedy, right? Comedy,
yeah, comedies,
musicals, and shit, and
much like Lucio Fulci,
right?
Big career there before the Fulci we all knew. So yeah, love Franco. I had to sneak this one in here.
Yeah.
I'm very curious, Lorne, which one you're going with for Mad Scientists.
I mean, are you?
I am, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, going back to my favorite decade of horror, of course, the 1930s, because there was a ton of Mad Doctor movies in that era. And, I think when we talk about that era, we're really talking about all the anxieties of that just pre-World War II society. And I want to get into that a little bit. I'm not going to spend a lot of time because I'm not going to spend a lot of time. But I want to talk about 1936's The Invisible Ray, which, first off, everyone thinks of it as the Karloff Lugosi film that is the softer version of The Black Cat. But to be completely fair to the movie, they don't have really much in common, except for that you have the two lead stars, and they're both kind of like nutty doctors. Karloff is the lead, by far, much more screen time. Basically, he starts investigating radiation on the human body. It goes badly. But at the time, what's fascinating is this, maybe more than anything else from that decade, really was getting all the fears and all those anxieties out of the way. The war machine had already built up in Europe, and the fears of super weapons were very, very real. So, and there's also a deep distrust of medicine going on throughout the entire decade, as it was probably the single most transformative decade for medicine since the 1880s, and which was more pharmacological, whereas like the emergence of things like what today would be radiation therapy were really scary at the time. So of course it shows up in a horror film first, so we can get our anxieties out of the way.
Radium X, if I remember.
Yep, absolutely. So it has a lot going on. It has its shortcomings. There's no question. I would not call it one of the 10 best horror films in the 1930s. But that is not meant as any kind of reduction to its value, because it's that decade. You could come up with 150 titles that are essential to watch if you're a horror fan in that decade. That's not an exaggeration.
Oh yeah,
I would argue that besides the 1970s, it's hard to get anywhere near those numbers for any decade. Lambert Hillier was the director. He was actually a Western guy. He started his career in musicals, and actually, that's not true at all. He made silence, but when sound became available, everything was a musical at first, because he wanted to showcase sound so badly, and songs could be produced to really showcase the new technology. He wrote that. Then he made his one horror movie, and then he went off and made about a zillion westerns, worked on television, stayed working until the man died.
Yeah, he worked throughout the 50s. He did a lot of television.
Absolutely. And he did a lot of B unit stuff for Monogram and for Paramount that he didn't necessarily get credited for. But he was a guy who really didn't love the genre. And it kind of shows. You can see he's impatient at times as a director. His directorial hand is a little impatient with this. Whereas if you look at the Universal productions of the same time that were better known, you would see a little bit more, I don't know, reverence for the material. But I want just here's the Mad Doctor thing. Really was the reason we don't see a lot of it anymore. I mean, the last big thing was, I guess, Human Centipede was probably the last big, and that's just like kind of a gross out joke, right? It's not even, there's no real social anxieties being explored there.
No.
But in the 1930s, there was a gentleman named Walter Freeman who was already stirring up controversy in the mainstream press for a newly developed therapeutic that was called the lobotomy. This is the kind of thing that was in the papers at the time. And while the lobotomy by the 1960s was being refined into fairly useful in certain cases, surgical application there's a reason in the 30s it was known as ice pick lobotomies, because basically it was sliding an ice pick into someone's brain and wiggling it around. I mean, it wasn't really much more sophisticated than that. And this is the kind of thing that led to the Mad Doctor movies. Because if you're opening the paper and hearing about these barbaric, life-changing surgeries, you're definitely going to buy into the lurid thrills of the Mad Doctor film. And then it's important always to look at the backdrop of why these things work. Also, Karloff and Lugosi are both excellent in this. It's not the Black Cat, so if you want to see them at their like meanest and best and most antagonistic towards each other, that's the movie to go to. But you got to have a strong stomach for that movie, and I don't mean that in a gore sense. It's just a mean movie. But this is a lot more flighty and a lot more fun. And yeah, give it a chance. No one will, but I had to say it.
Oh, I will.
I'll pick it up.
Yeah, no, I second. It doesn't get mentioned enough. I agree. I mean, it's not like their best work, but I think that one is actually quite good. I like it a lot.
And the scene from Gift of Gab that everyone loves to throw up as like the comedy that the Karloff and Lugosi were in was shot on the sets for this film, basically as it was shooting. So
yeah, no, check that out. Check that out for sure. And Lorne, I'm guessing that you have seen this, but in the chat, Spirit of the Beehive, have you ever watched that?
I've not.
Ooh, okay. Well, maybe that could be an interesting first-time watch for you on a future show then.
Okay.
Always throw out your suggestions, guys, if you think something we should cover. But Sam, Mad Scientists, what do you have?
I mean, it's still going to be Reanimator and then Frankenhooker, but honestly, for real though, I put out Dr. Weird there because, dude, one of my favorite Mad Scientists, hilarious every time.
Yeah.
I mean, my sense of humor is a 12-year-old boy, but whatever. Steve, send the phone spiders.
I know Lauren's got to mention Ivan Zuccone.
Well, I wasn't going to. I was going to resist. Listen, it's hard to get too angry about Stuart Gordon's Reanimator, right?
No, it's great.
Does it sort of betray Lovecraft and everything he stood for by the end of its runtime? Yeah, it kind of does. Yeah. But to be fair, Gordon's not alone in that, and Lovecraft didn't like these stories. He didn't include any of the 5 stories in his official bibliography that he wrote out. He wrote them for money. Farnsworth asked him to write them. He wrote them. They published it. They needed a serial that year, and they got it. He was not proud of it, and today it's one of his best-known works. Do I think it's bad? No, I don't think it's bad. But I mean, for ambition, yeah, for Lovecraft's, I can imagine other writers of the era writing it without a problem. Yeah, he thought of it as parody of Shelley. People don't take it that way now. That's okay.
Yeah. Stone, Mad
when I think of the quintessential mad scientist movie, I mean, you know, of course, a lot of people would think Bride of Frankenstein, and I understand and respect that. I would go with The Fly, the remake of the David Cronenberg remake with Jeff Goldblum. Where of course he has his two little pods where he's able to, like, you know, transfer objects back and forth, and he goes at it himself, and he you know, crosses the DNA with a human fly, and he starts turning into a fly before our eyes. And you know, this was made during the AIDS era, you know, and it's, you know, very endemic of that. A couple from the 1930s I'd like to mention, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde with Frederick March in his Oscar-winning performance. And I couldn't find my copy of it for some reason, but I wanted to go in a little bit more detail about Dwayne Esper's Maniac from 1934, with an infamous bit where somebody takes out a cat's eye and eats it. I hope it was fake. I hope it was fake. That's all I'm saying. And there's what? What's up? I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no worry that it was real.
Yeah, I didn't think
nothing in that film feels real.
Nothing is in it is real. That's very true. And the last one I wanted to mention real quick, almost as a joke, but I'm going to do it anyway. In 1972, Woody Allen made a film called Everything You Always Wanted to Know About Sex But Were Afraid to Ask. And the sixth segment was, are the findings of doctors and clinics who do sexual research and experiments accurate? Okay. The plot is that Victor, played by Woody Allen, is a sex researcher, and Helen Lacey is a journalist, and they visit Dr. Bernardo, played by John Carradine. Now, Dr. Bernardo is a researcher who formerly worked with Masters and Johnson, but now has his own laboratory complete with a lab assistant named Igor. After they see a series of bizarre sexual experiments underway at the lab and realize that Bernardo is insane, they escape before Helen becomes the subject of another of his experiments. The segment culminates with a scene in which the countryside is terrorized by a giant runaway breast created by the researcher. The first part of the segment is a parody of Ed Wood's Bride of the Monster, and especially the 1957 film The Unearthly, which also has Carradine. And I'll never forget the line that Woody Allen has when the journalist asks him, "Oh, you're gonna go after this breast? Isn't that dangerous?" And he says, "No, don't worry. I know how to handle tits."
What year is that?
1972. Yeah, it was it's a parody of a real life sex help book that came out at the time, and
right.
Yeah. So there you go. Mm-hmm. Next.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Next segment.
Give me a second. I'm not paying attention.
That's okay.
Oh.
That's okay.
To think of it, 42 years on the job, and tomorrow I'll be retired. It'll be good to finally get to take a rest after 12-hour shifts to put 5 kids through college.
Dan, what the hell, man? Is he having a nosh on that old geezer?
Dan was the name I was given at birth. Anatoly Fedorov has given me a new name, with a new purpose. As long as I remain in the Waldemar, I will be known as Daninsky.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Daninsky's bringing back the Firefly Funhouse. So, all right. So next we got horror directors and their non-horror work. I just did one movie for this, so because I did want to talk about it. Hot tag. Whoever wants to go first. What do you got?
Well, I'll go because this is kind of jumping off from our mad scientist topic. I decided to watch Cronenberg's A Dangerous Method from 2011. So, if anybody is unfamiliar with the plot of this movie, it basically looks at the relationship between Carl Jung and Sigmund Freud, but then it also looks at Jung's relationship with one of his patients, Sabine Spielrein, and she later went on to become to work in psychoanalysis as well. But a lot of Jung's stuff was heavily influenced by Sabine Spielrein, including the concept of the anima, and I think it's probably appropriate to compare her to his anima. He even went on later to have another mistress after her who apparently looked like her as well. But she was pretty brilliant in her own right, and she came up with a lot of the concepts that led to Jung forming the theory of the collective unconscious. But really, nobody remembers nobody even really knows who Sabina was. Jung didn't really credit her that well. Anyway, I've been wanting to watch this for a while, and it's fine. It's good. I like it. But I feel like too much of the movie focuses on more of the sexual relationship between Spielrein and Jung. So, and that's kind of an issue with, given that this is probably the best known, it might be the best known, representation we have of her and her ideas in the mainstream, unless you're actually going to go and search out a documentary about her, search out her writing. But it was beautifully made. It's just, I'm going to be critical of the fact that you could still make a great movie based on this, but it's you don't really need to focus so much on the sexual part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he doesn't go as hard as you would expect with that in that movie.
Yeah, especially being being a fan, being interested in psychoanalysis anyway on his own. And the thing that kind of struck me was that there was a play that Cronenberg had seen about Spielrein that I think also rather led him to start working on this movie. And it was that's what you took away from this? Was it the studio? I don't know.
Yeah, no, that anything Cronenberg did, and I'm doing a Cronenberg too. So
I know.
but anything Cronenberg did is well worth watching, because sometimes we get stuck with the horror films he made, and he wasn't just a horror filmmaker. Really.
I've only seen two. History of Violence and was it History of Violence?
Eastern Promises, maybe.
Eastern Promises, yeah, that's the only two I've seen that wasn't horror of his, and they're both great films.
He I'll maintain, never made a bad movie.
No,
almost always very good, if not excellent, and usually the latter. So,
and what's his title, Sam? Again?
Oh, A Dangerous Method.
A Dangerous Method. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it makes me want to go and actually look up Spielrein's stuff, but at the same time, I'm just if somebody just stops here, they're gonna not really have the full picture.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Ooh, good pick with Contraband, Jacob. Contraband's fantastic.
Contraband. Yeah.
Contraband is rougher than most.
It's like a horror movie in some parts, for sure.
Yeah. Well, who's next?
I'll go.
Go for it.
I'll go. Yeah. All right. So when I think of horror directors working outside their genre, there's really two key examples that I always go to. John Carpenter's Starman, with Jeff Bridges and Karen Allen from Raiders of the Lost Ark, where he played, and it goes along with our Alien segment earlier, where Jeff Bridges basically, an alien comes down to Earth. Everybody starts shooting guns at him, NORAD and all those people, and he takes the form of a widow's husband who had just recently died. He basically takes a hair follicle from an album and morphs into her husband right before her eyes. And basically, he needs to get back to his spaceship. So it's basically a road movie where they drive together cross country to Arizona or whatnot, so he can get back on his ship. And it's a very odd movie in Carpenter's filmography, but at the same time, I also think it's probably the most heartwarming. The script was notorious in Hollywood because it studios had it the same time as E.T. And so there was a huge bidding war between E.T. and Starman. Universal ended up with E.T. and Columbia ended up with Starman. And I just think it's a sweetly, beautifully written story that another interesting thing about this is that it was executive produced by Michael Douglas, who I don't know if he was thinking about playing the lead at one point or if he was just too busy with Romancing the Stone. But I really like Starman. But the other one, to me, The Big Kahuna, which is criminally and I think sadly underrated. I saw it when it came out in theaters in 1999. And I was kind of blown away by it, even though it seemed like on the surface like another inspirational teacher drama. But Wes Craven's Music of the Heart. And this is a very rare DVD that includes the documentary Small Wonders, which was nominated for an Academy Award. And this one got 2 nominations. This one, Meryl Streep was nominated for Best Actress. And also Best Original Song was nominated for Gloria Estefan and NSYNC. And believe me, this will probably be the only time I ever tolerate NSYNC on this planet. But I mean, look, it's actually a really cool song. And what I like about it is that, a lot of the people that came to work on this film did it because they wanted to give these kids who are part of a violin school a voice. It's about a real life violin teacher. Violin is not easy to learn, people. Okay, I'll just tell you that right now. It's not easy. And, I just think this is actually a very inspirational movie, which I think goes above its Lifetime roots, because I think that Wes Craven, here again, I think this was a passion project for him. He was a teacher before he became a filmmaker. And that's why I wish it was embraced more by Freddy Krueger fans and such. But can I just say in closing about Music of the Heart, if you haven't seen it, give it a chance. And I'll say, look, remember that Freddy Krueger may be dead, but those kids are still playing those violins to this very day. Just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind.
Freddy never dies. Come on.
Oh yeah, I know.
I've only seen it once, but I do remember it being a good movie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I rewatched it recently, and it's fine. It was a little weird because I had just watched Practical Magic like a couple days before, and then I put on this and God damn it, there's Aiden Quinn again.
Practical Magic 2 is a thing. I think that's shot.
It's coming out in September.
Yeah.
He's not going to be in the sequel, unfortunately. Neither is Evan Rachel Wood. I'm like, that's rude, but all right, whatever.
Yeah, just Nicole and Sandra. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the ants, because you have to bring Dr. Channing back.
We need a Witches from Eastwick sequel. That's what we need.
Oh, I will be at Practical Magic too. That is, I believe, that is my birthday weekend, something like that.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Region Free, a part of the Nicole Kidman special.
Yeah. Oh, I know. That would be a great birthday present for me. Thank you, Dan.
You have to go through her whole entire filmography for the show, right?
Well, yeah. Well, like Lorne especially.
I'll expect a full report on BMX Bandits, and then you're just going to keep working your way up, Lorne.
I think I'm busy for the rest of my short life then.
So I may have something rather like controversial, because I mean, like rewatching Music of the Heart, I did like it, but it's also, what year is it? 95?
99.
99.
It feels earlier 90s as far as the way it's made, and I feel like that does hurt it, but it's fine.
Does it pair good with School of Rock?
I haven't seen School of Rock, but possibly. It seems like it's a movie that's palatable for anything you wanted to pair with it. Like it absorbs whatever it's next to. It's like tofu, right?
Yeah.
But did you notice, like in Music of the Heart, because Meryl Streep's character, her hair is like that weird kind of curly red, and it's like she looks exactly like Kim Myers in Freddy's Revenge. And I know that comparison has been made for years, but it's very striking.
I should mention also that it was actually Wes Craven's son who convinced Meryl Streep to work with Wes. And on top of all that, she actually learned the violin for this movie. And evidently when she, at the Carnegie Hall, when she finally got to do her solo in front of all these world-renowned violinists, they were blown away by what she did. It's completely blown away. It's Meryl Streep. I mean, she can do anything.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that Meryl Streep John Wick sort of thing. It's
yeah.
You're gonna see Meryl Streep kill somebody with a pencil at some point.
Shit.
Like it's gotta happen. Lauren, do you have one?
Yeah, I mean, I was going back and forth with a bunch of stuff here, but I decided to go to the obvious for me. So right before Todd Browning's career changed and horror cinema changes forever with the most seminal film ever released in the genre, which is Dracula, he made a film that was supposed to launch him, and the studio made it the way that Dracula did. So in 1931, he makes Iron Man. Not that one. It's a boxing movie. It's definitely a template that Stallone was aware of, because besides the drama with the wife in Rocky is a lot more subdued. The character in Browning's film is much more. The wife is pretty awful human being, but all the dramatic elements are there, and in fact, the structure is going to feel pretty familiar to people. But it's clear, like Browning put everything into this production. He wanted this to be the film. And, history had other ideas. A lot of people probably have never even heard of Iron Man from 1931. And it's not for bad reasons necessarily. It's very much of its time. The acting styles are going to seem like you're watching space aliens. Not the proby kind. Just the not relatable kind. But it's one of those things that if Iron Man had done better, maybe we wouldn't even have the genre we're talking about.
You think maybe Scorsese might have been influenced by a film like that?
For Raging Bull?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think everyone who's made a boxing movie probably.
Okay.
But that said, it's a footnote in a career that went in a different direction. Browning was not a huge horror guy, despite what his.
There's a lot of them just like that. I mean, Fulci originally, but sorry, man.
No. I heard something outside. It's probably the fox. I have a fox that visits every night.
What does the fox say?
Actually, he barks. I do hear it. And whines. The motherfucker whines a lot. So, I mean, do I suggest you actually search this down? Maybe as a curiosity if you're a big fan of films of the era, but I doubt that's going to be for a lot of people. It was believed lost at one point. That is nowhere near true. You can watch it right now. RU has it. I think YouTube probably has it.
Yeah, I was going to say I think it is on, or at least it was not long ago.
Yeah.
Is it like a on a specific boxer in real life, like based on a?
It was based on a novel.
Drama, or
it was based on a pretty big novel from the 1920s that I've not read, so I can't really give you much more about. But that was all the advertising was based on the fact that it was based on the novel. That was the selling point.
I'd check it out for sure.
It's also like I think 55 minutes long, so I mean you're not going to be investing a long time.
A lot of those films, man.
Yeah.
Well, there was a real concern back in those days about the projector bulbs growing so hot they'd blow out
and burning it, right?
Yeah, well, that's that. When we talk about like the invention of safety film, a lot of people think that nitrate film was just like going to spontaneously combust in your basement. You know, it wasn't that. It was that you were putting it against a really hot bulb that got hotter and hotter as the film projected, and that's why also it was not unusual for there to be two projectors in a movie house, because they got so hot they were gonna start something, and it wasn't gonna be good. There's also, if you go back, you can see a lot of footage of projection booths with smoke coming out of them. Nothing was on fire. It was just that hot.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Check. It should still be on YouTube if you want to check that. I mean, Todd Browning. I mean, I'm sure he doesn't realize didn't realize how important he was. I mean, Freaks. Whew.
Well, Freaks was a disaster for him.
It was, but man, and if he only saw what that influenced today.
I watched that film with steak sauce the first time he watched it.
Yeah, I remember that show, and he loved it. Yeah,
the scene where the one amputee that has nothing below his waist is crawling with the knife in his teeth under the train.
Yeah,
like Stone had a audible and visual reaction that will stick with me as one of the great moments in watching a film with anyone ever, because that's exactly what it's supposed to do, and it did. And I know people can feel all kinds of ways about it because you are talking about someone with a disability, but also everyone on that set, including that actor, knew what they were doing.
Oh, Freaks! I mean, it's a very scary film. Like, people will ask me, like, what's something like that's truly terrifying, from early horror films? And I mean, Freaks, I think, is still a very unnerving film, and if you dive into the stories of some of those actual sideshow performers, it's fascinating, because I mean, in a lot of ways, political correctness kind of killed them.
It's
gobble, one of us.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I think it preys on like our reaction to seeing people who are different than us for its scares.
Mm-hmm.
I think the plot itself is not a scary plot. It's about a woman who runs a traveling freak show who's really awful to her people, and at the end they've had enough. And well, there's a murder in there too somewhere, but at the end there's they've had enough and they do what they need to do. Certainly the violence at the end is impactful, but it's really just that there's something primal about seeing people who are in a different physical condition than us. And to an extreme. I'm not talking about a shop teacher who's missing a thumb. There is something there, and the fact that we react that way is part of the film's success, because is that so different than really what the villain is doing to these people? How we react. So the exploitation aspect, is kind of crucial to the film being effective for what I'm going to call literary reasons. Obviously, it's the wrong projected word because it's not literary, but anyway, yeah. Right. Listen, if you have to make a decision in life, you only have time to watch either Iron Man or Freaks. Watch Freaks twice. But
yeah,
I just wanted, with this title, I kind of suspected we were going to hear from a lot of more modern directors. I just wanted to have something a little bit wider.
Yeah, no, I went with a living filmmaker that's already been brought up, David Cronenberg, and I wanted to just talk briefly about 2014's Maps to the Stars.
Oh,
okay. I've seen clips of that. I think.
This is the blackest of black comedies.
Or am I thinking the other one? Is that the one with the Twilight dude? The dude from Twilight?
Yeah. Well, he did a couple films with him. He also did Cosmopolis. Okay. But yeah, Robert Pattinson is in it. Julianne Moore, Maya Wasikowska, John Cusack. It's got a very good cast. And this is this is essentially about these actors, wannabe actors, and how all of their lives intersect in this really awful vision of Hollywood. There is an actor actually in this who plays Benji, the child star, who never acted again after this, oddly enough. It's funny too, because if you've seen the film, you know why that's ironic, because very needless to say, kind of tragic what happens in the movie. It's very funny, but this is the best example of just how diverse Cronenberg was. This very fucked up, but I think this movie is hilarious. And Evan Bird is the name of the actor. He never did anything else after this, and it's his character kind of has a pretty rough downfall when Maya Wachowski, who has a connection to him. I don't want to spoil everything because I feel like this is one movie most people just skipped on David Cronenberg's filmography, but it's a masterclass. Julianne Moore, one of her best performances here. She's a kind of a fading star. Her mother was a huge movie star, and there's a movie that's being made about her mother, and she's trying to get cast as her mother. It is so fucked up. Her rival ends up getting the role, and then her kid just randomly dies, so she gets the role, and her reaction to this kid dying is fucked up. Nobody is spared in this. Like, this is I love stories about Hollywood, and I mean, this might be one of the last great movies that John Cusack has made. Sadly, he's not as selective as he used to be, which is terrible because I think John Cusack's great. But Carrie Fisher pops up in this movie as herself. Again, very funny, but if bad things happening to kids, if bad things happening to dogs, this is just a movie about awful fucking self-obsessed people.
So it's all about Hollywood.
It's all about Hollywood. Yes, it's all about Hollywood. Benji has a scene in this. Again, I know it's awful, and some people are how is this funny? And are going to think I'm insane. But he goes in to talk to a Make-A-Wish kid, and who he's told has AIDS, and she doesn't have AIDS. She has another disease, and he gets pissed at his agent because it's like, you told me she had AIDS. He has this big speech. It's again, I like dark, fucked up comedies. This does have something to say. Obviously, it's Cronenberg, but I think it's one of the best films that really shows just how diverse he was. I'm fully convinced Cronenberg could have tackled any genre. He could have done a historical war epic if he wanted to. He could have, I mean, you name it. He could have done, just a straight up sex comedy, and it probably would have been a masterpiece. I don't know that it's going to be anybody's favorite Cronenberg movie. I know, obviously, we're kind of a horror podcast, but I'll tell you, though, it is well worth watching. I think it's a masterpiece, and just great actors. And if you like Hollywood stories like I do, Maps to the Stars is a must. It is just so fucking good.
Okay. I got one, man. Mario Bava, man. Danger Diabolic.
Yes. Much lighter than Maps to the Stars.
I mean, this gave me a reason to crack this thing open. And, man, I mean, I knew it wasn't going to disappoint me. This is another director that I don't think made a bad film. It was Mario Bava.
Arguably the greatest horror director ever.
I think he's my favorite horror director. Like, my favorite director is Kubrick, but my favorite horror director is probably Mario Bava. But anyway, man, this is super villain, psychedelic, action crime. It's made from comic books. Italian
Best comic book adaptation ever.
Yeah, man. And it's, he's an anti-hero. Like, him and his girlfriend are just robbing shit. And are they doing like the Robin Hood thing? No, it's just every second they have, they're getting it on. Like, I mean, Mario Bava is not explicit, so
no, not in
he does these tease shots where and that's kind of how he does eroticism. Like she'll almost see nudity, and then it's like, nope, you're not gonna see it. It's just gonna tease the shit out of you. But Marissa Mel is gorgeous. It's a vibrant film, and Mario Bava using miniatures the way he does, you cannot tell, like the way it seamlessly puts it together with tracking shots, aerial views. It's full throttle, man. It's like kind of reminds you of like a James Bond kind of movie, but then you know the character's not a villain. I mean, he's not a spy. He's a supervillain, but if you know about Italian history, they kind of got fucked over after World War II. And so what does he do? He kind of blows up the income tax facility, and like he robs the shit out of them, man. So who's the real villain here? It's a great one, man. It's a fun ass movie. And I'm glad I got a chance to check it out finally. And this deserved a 4K. I can say that. Like, it's the vibrant colors, the matte paintings Mario Bava did. He created so much shit at his house, from what I've been told. Like, it's crazy. It's a lot of people say it's campy, but I think it's just funny. I don't think it's campy, really. It's got a Morricone score to go with it. There's this one scene. There's a revolving bed after they get 10 million in cash, and you see all this cash on this revolving bed, and then you realize that they're getting it on underneath the money. And they pop. It's a fun ass movie. I'd say check it out. But Mario Bava, the great, I gotta say.
Yeah, no, it's essential.
I mean, Beastie Boys made a video too. I didn't realize.
Body moving.
It's fucking great, and it's them reenacting parts of the movie and shit. You know, I think it's Ad Rock that's playing Diabolic. And he's doing the eyebrow thing and shit.
Oh yeah. I don't know if it's the best scene in the film, but my favorite scene in the film is where they introduce the laughing gas to the police that are assembled to try and like take him down, so the police can't keep their shit together. It's amazing.
Yeah. And they take pills where the laughing gas don't affect them and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It's good shit.
If you've ever ordered anything from Diabolic DVD, their name comes from the film.
Right.
The name of the company that the guys who run it love this movie.
Yeah, I see why, man. This will be like a once a year watch for sure. Like,
yeah, it's a huge cult.
I can see going back. I don't think it'll ever get old. So.
No, I wish we still had Mario Bava, a jack of all trades, and I mean, he really is in that conversation. Maybe you out there put somebody over him as far as the greatest ever, but he's going to be in the conversation every time.
The problem with him not winning that conversation every time is I think most people have not really investigated the full catalog.
That's very true.
When you realize how strong even his weakest works are, you're kind of humbled. And you kind of get less accepting of other directors like being called greats.
Yeah, no, I mean, much like Cronenberg. I mean, I try and just do it by batting average. And
I mean, every shot, there's not a wasted shot with Mario Bava, man. Like his composition and everything is fucking 100% on point. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Absolutely. It's good suggestions tonight.
Oh yeah, totally.
I roll my eyes every damn time some lame-ass character in a horror movie has a chance to leave but sticks around, even after they know they're in danger. It's infuriating. So why am I even hesitating? I should just go, right? Get out of here while I can. I don't owe any of these people anything, right? Right? You're so goddamn right. God. It just ends. All this time we thought we were in a parody of that shitty Nicole Kidman Turn of the Screw ripoff, but we're not. It's Delamorte Delamore. And maybe just a pinch of the Matrix to throw in some popcorn hard solipsism.
Nice. You had to fit in the Nicole Kidman dig there.
The others.
Yeah.
That film should not have a title.
Cemetery Man reference. Oh yeah.
That could be the whole theme of the next Region Free is just why Nicole Kidman sucks.
I could be down for that.
So we're gonna
Is there
talk.
room for any of you to speak?
I would have some defense of Nicole Kidman, but
There's no
me
defending
too.
Nicole fucking Kidman.
I would defend her on one film in particular.
Yeah.
she's done some good work. I mean, she's not a top 10 actress for me or anything, but we'll have a.
Though she was commanding like $20 million at the height of her popularity,
And unable to consistently keep a accent in place for more than 20 minutes in any of those films.
Yeah, they're not all great. I still like the hours, but again, it's you just slap a fake nose on her.
What about Top Gun?
Destroyer. Destroyer's a good one.
What about Top Gun?
She wasn't in Top Gun?
She wasn't.
No,
No,
that was Meg Ryan.
I'm tripping.
I
Yeah, that
thought
was
you were
Meg
going to
Ryan.
make some sort of Tom Cruise connection there.
I need to stay in my damn lane, and that's the hard thing.
Yeah,
Kelly McGillis.
We both been talking about Nicole Kidman.
Edits.
Kelly McGillis was Top Gun.
I will say
I
that
recall was added in because they thought the movie was too gay.
that Denzel Washington won the Oscar for the movie Training Day. And when he went on stage to present Best Actress to Nicole Kidman, he just says, "By a nose, Nicole Kidman."
Yeah, I remember that.
I love that.
I'd like to think he recognized how ridiculous it was. He basically was being given a body of work Academy Award at the same time as Training Day, and then he looks over at this woman who just shouldn't have been anywhere near that stage.
I do agree with Jacob Cornhouse or Cornhose. Nicole Kidman has the career that Naomi Watts should have had.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Naomi did well for herself, though. But
Yeah.
Yeah, Mulholland Drive,
except
man.
for
Powerhouse.
well, I mean,
Dead Calm. I do remember that one.
Oh,
That was pretty solid.
Not my favorite and Darrow, but
what is the okay, what's that lawyer show that's on Hulu, the one that's really bad that has Kim Kardashian in it?
Oh shit.
All's Fair. Naomi Watts
Really?
Kim K.
Just saying. Like Naomi Watts is in that, and it's like I really feel like she's slumming. Like I feel like this was such a poor decision.
well,
You should have done 10.
that
King
Ring
Kongs
remake was
by
a
now.
bad decision too, so it's not the first.
Oh, the
I like
Ring
that.
remake? Yeah.
Yeah. So should we do that actually? Since that's a segue, an unplanned segue.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
because of
yeah.
the writer that just passed away?
Yeah. So we did lose Koji Suzuki. I guess 3 days ago, but it just kind of reached us as news. So I've read the Ring series, translated, of course, and that's kind of what I wanted to point out. Is like in genre fiction of any genre, translated works rarely get popular for a lot of reasons. Now, in classic literature, it's a bit different. So you get Gaston Leroux. Obviously, Phantom of the Opera has been translated a few different times into English, but the original French I haven't read, so I haven't really read Gaston Leroux. That's how I look at it. But Koji Suzuki was one of those guys that translated, and he was selling a ton of books before he was adapted. The American experience from Ring remains kind of clouded. In 1998, there was a TV movie that in Japan that was the first adaptation of it, and then it led, of course, to the film Ringu, which is a absolute classic. While the television movie is a lot closer to the source material in plot, in mood and atmosphere, there's no question that Ringu just nailed it. Certainly, Loop and Spiral and Loop, sorry, wrong order, are not quite as accomplished of works or in the mainstream. They both have something to say. He's a guy who understood that horror and science fiction and even body horror could blend with straight drama really well. And he was a guy who was definitely observing the great truth of horror, which is that real world anxieties are what the horror really is. And while I didn't read everything, I haven't read everything he wrote. Not everything's available in English. The fact that as an import, he's done as well as anyone can. You can walk into any Barnes & Noble right now and you will find Koji Suzuki in their newly restored horror section.
Yeah.
That's an amazing accomplishment to a guy who brought a true horror icon to the screen in the form of Sadako Yamamoto. And he definitely deserves to be remembered, and he will be. I don't think Ring is going anywhere.
Yeah, no, that's a hell of a legacy. And we lost, I mean, unfortunately, last month we've lost a lot. And I know we're not going to mention them all, but I did want to throw out Donald Gibb of Revenge of the Nerds, Bloodsport.
Yeah.
The Wolfman in Transylvania 65000. He's done so many different things. Great character actor. He passed, but specifically for horror, Jack Taylor passed at the ripe old age of 99. And
Yeah, man.
I talked about him a little more in depth on Flesh Wound Features, but Jack Taylor, Jess Franco regular, Paul Naschy. I mean, horror, giallo, like just action movies. Like he was just in so much, and he was one of the last guys, unfortunately, of his era that was still with us. Continued to work late into life, which I think is awesome. If you don't know the name, you have seen Jack Taylor movies, or you just haven't watched a lot of horror movies, because he is a true icon. And he will be missed. Never had the pleasure of meeting him, but I always heard he was a very nice man and very gracious with his time. And yeah, watch a Jack Taylor movie tonight, because you got a lot of options.
In honor of Koji Suzuki, I did watch for the very first time Dark Water.
Oh, nice.
From 2002. I haven't seen the remake yet with Jennifer Connelly, but
I've seen that remake, and
no,
it's not as good. Although it's not the worst
It's
remake.
not. There's nothing wrong with it. It just if you watch the original, you've seen everything good that the remake can give you.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
There's nothing.
I haven't seen the original, but I didn't like the remake.
You'll like the original.
Yeah, I
the
like
thing
both,
that-
but I think you will appreciate the remake, because there are parts in there that they're a little bit more like emotionally involved and hard hitting than they think the Japanese version is. But I think the last thing I saw was Dark Water, actually, the most recent Koji Suzuki.
I was going to say about Dark Water is that it's really eerie how many parallels are between that and the real life case of Elisa Lam.
Yeah.
It's oh god, it's very scary, very scary.
Did she live in the United States, or?
She was visiting here, staying at a hotel in California, which is like notorious for being in a very high crime area. And apparently there's some reports that she supposedly went off her medication, and she ended up in a
water tower.
Yeah, on top of the top of the hotel.
Shit, okay.
And it like ruined the water supplies
I've heard
the
that.
hotel and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that footage from the elevator is still, even if you just think of it as a psychotic break or a medical breakdown, is still some of the eeriest shit you'll ever see.
It is eerie.
Eeriest.
Yeah.
Totally. I mean, to me, the only big question mark there is how she got into the water tank because she wouldn't have been able to lift it. So there's some questions there.
Wasn't it the closing of the tank though? Was the big question?
Yeah, it was. They wouldn't supposedly be able to do that. I mean,
Right.
I think she was having a psychotic break and ran
Yeah.
into somebody on Skid Row that
Yeah.
unfortunately killed her.
Yeah.
But there are some questions. There's a doc series. I don't remember if it was Netflix or Hulu, but yeah, a very, very creepy, unnerving footage at the elevator for sure. And yeah.
There are shots in dark water that I swear in the elevator that are like literally almost verbatim from the Elisa Lam video, which makes it. And it came out before her. It came out before she died, so it makes it even more, more creepy. Like, God.
Yeah, and as Ben mentions, like, imagine like that realization later that you were just drinking her.
Yeah. Oh, bathing
in her. Yeah. Pretty.
And I also watched the original Ringu again, which
yeah, I did too.
I thought the remake was fine. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I thought the remake was very, very creepy, but when she came out of the TV, I laughed. It broke me for some reason. I'm like, no. In the original, it works, I think, a little bit better, even though they're essentially the same movie, except one is in English. I'm not the biggest fan of The Ring, but I mean, I get why Ringu is at least, considered a classic in Japan. But
well, the remake did bring people's attention to the original.
Very true, in a huge way.
It did, but it also dumbed the idea down to the point. I don't know if you've seen any of the recent the Sadako movies from Japan. Yeah, the crossover with the Ju-on films is great and has no right to be, but everything else is pretty awful.
I will say the Grudge remake,
Sadako 3D 2. There's another film called Sadako. They're bad, and I think the American films have played a big role in dumbing down the property.
Oh yeah,
I didn't like the Grudge American version.
Oh, was Sarah Michelle Gellar or?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think Ju-on 2. The theatrical film, not the television. Again, they started as television productions. Ju-on 2, I think, is pretty high watermarks for that type of film.
Okay.
But yeah, the American films left me pretty cold too. There's nothing really wrong with them. It's just, haven't we done this all and better? I don't get why we're doing it again.
If you ask me, I think the worst of all these Japanese remakes is Mirrors with Kiefer Sutherland. I remember when I saw that in the theater, I'm like, oh, this is crap.
Yeah,
this is crap.
And considering it's Aja, it should be.
Alexander Aja, yeah. I mean, he did The Hills Have Eyes and Piranha, but he struck out with Mirrors.
That film must have been being rewritten on script because as it was being shot, because there's moments that the film does not have a clear direction to. It's a mess. So I don't want to relitigate the Ringu versus Ring thing, but there are so many point of view problems with the remake, and that's really what keeps that film as an arm's length for me. It's very inconsistent, and the original is so fastidious about staying in the main character's point of view the whole time, and when you break that, it's deadly for that movie. Things just, again, I think the emergence from the television in the original film is actually really effective. I think it's a terrifying moment, but it works because you've just had a schism. You're finally not in the main character's point of view, and the scary shit's happening, and there's no control. You feel that the movie's gone off the rails in a way you weren't expecting. The American film is just too loose with that. It doesn't, so that when we cut away during that scene, which we should never do anyway, to get back to Naomi Watts while she's driving through traffic, it rather than build tension, it relieves the tension, and that's a bad move. That movie frustrates the hell out of me.
I remember part 2 with the deer.
Well, Hideo Nakata wanted to do a thing with that, and I can see the film he wanted to make. It's just not there. But I give him credit. He didn't remake his own part 2 from Japan. If you haven't seen Ring Zero Birthday, though, that is a great film as well, and it's not the film you expect.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
It's one of the few cases where a prequel adds rather than subtracts.
Oh, interesting.
Jacob brings up Pulse, which of course the original film's great, but
that
remake, it got 2 sequels, 2 direct-to-video sequels.
Rings, yeah.
That's what the world needed.
It did.
Ugh.
Well, that was not intention. Derailed the show entirely. Talk about Ringo. Next topic, guys. Who's hosting here?
Sequels versus requels. Sorry, I was thinking you were not done. Sequels versus requels. Hot tag. Who wants to go? I mean, at times I feel like my opinion is neither.
I'll throw it out there first. This is a first time watch for me, so I wanted to see what it is. So it's based on the Peter Hyams Odyssey 2, 2010 novel, based on that novel. So 2010, the year we make contact.
Oh yeah,
nice,
man. Well, it's based on Arthur C. Clarke, the director's Peter Hyams. My bad. A joint Russian and American mission to Jupiter to find out what went wrong with Discovery and to bring HAL 9000 back online. And I'm thinking, like, what are y'all doing? But so they find out they want to find out the truth. And anyway, it turns out to be like this cosmic revelation with Bowman and shit. Roy Scheider, he's in it. He's like this director, I guess, is what they call him, NASA. And the Americans have the knowledge, but the Russians have the capability to get there faster. So they got to work together. So when they're up in space, America and Russia are kind of trying to go to war and shit, and causes complications up there. But that was a fun watch, man. There's no way that it can touch 2001. There's some shit with HAL that kind of like suspenseful, I guess, when you're watching it, but then you're like, okay. I don't know. Have y'all seen it? Y'all seen that one?
I haven't seen
years ago.
I've only seen 2001, and that's a perfect movie almost.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, rough movie to do a sequel to.
Yeah, you're putting a high bar.
Yeah.
The shit with Bowman was kind of cool though. Like
it has its moments. I mean, I understand.
It's an interesting idea, I guess.
But it had 2 masters, so it had to be a sequel to both the book and an adaptation of the book of the same name and of the film that preceded it. So kind of like Dr. Sleep, it was kind of screwed from the beginning.
Right. I do respect the director though, because he did the screenplay, he wrote the screenplay, and he did the cinematography as well. So
yeah,
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's worth seeing once at the very least.
Got John Lithgow in there too. So,
yeah.
Keira DeLay, of course, comes back as Bowman, so they didn't cheap out on that. That's kind of interesting. That's what piqued my interest. I wanted to see, just a little curiosity. But after seeing it, I got to say, I still got to go. I can separate it. I'm still in the mind state of 2001, and I don't really want to know, at the end of 2001, like,
yeah,
just leave it like it was.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those movies that just like why would have been my first question.
It felt the need to explain things when after the original, we didn't need any explanation. Really,
right?
Pretty much.
It's fine. It's fine. I mean, Peter Hyams, I think that's definitely one of his better movies. I mean, the one he made before that, I think, is even better, called Outland with Sean Connery, which that one you could watch in the Alien universe and everything. But 2010 is okay. Yeah, it's watchable.
Yeah, it was better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be pure shit, but it was okay. You know?
No, it's not. It's not shit.
There's some good shit, like the special effects. I think is good in space and all that. Like,
oh yeah, I've seen it twice. I think in my life, and I think I'm kind of just good. But
yeah, I won't see it again.
It probably plays a little bit better on the big screen. It probably does.
Yeah, I never saw it on the big screen, but it's very similar to like Cube. I wish none of the follow-ups really existed.
It's got some cool suspense scenes though in space where they're like, it's worth seeing, I'd say.
Yeah, there's worse outer space movies from that era for sure.
Right.
Yep. I didn't pick a movie per se on this. Just generally, I kind of feel
just a topic, kind of topical. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like Requel. For me, it's like it is nice when you can hold on to the continuity, if you can. I mean, I will say that I've criticized it a lot, but hey, I'll say this for Child's Play, that keeps continuity from the first film through the TV series, and that's impressive.
Oh yeah, great job.
Yeah, but like that is the remake is a better movie.
Not as a Chucky movie. It's a fine movie if it's not a Child's Play movie.
Yeah.
No, and that's what I think I like about it.
I don't like that lead actress though. Holy shit.
Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah, she gets on my fucking nerves.
I can't
trip her down a fucking
either.
Staircase.
I've never been able to understand why people like her.
I like Aubrey, but
she's a little irritating.
I don't know. It's like for a long time, Child's Play was one of those things that snuck up on me, and that every time I'd say I'm not going to like this, and I did. Right? I think, except the third film, I think is detestable. But generally speaking, that series has a better batting average than most of the long-running slashers for me. And then it kind of hit the wall finally. And
how sad after Curse, where it felt like they're going in the right direction, because Curse is a solid little movie.
Yeah.
And then
I like
it really is. But for the record, the new Child's Play is supposed to be uber serious again. So
I don't see how after the TV show. I don't see.
No,
the TV show is
didn't he?
Fucking shit.
I only made it to one episode, and I decided it was better for my mental health than I go back.
How'd y'all feel about Curse though?
I love Curse.
Yeah,
okay.
I like Cult a little bit better.
But I remember like hearing about Child's Play when I was pretty young. I remember my cousin, she went and seen it, and she was telling me about it. And that was like hyping me up to see it. And then when I saw the first Child's Play, like that initial reveal, like once he starts cracking jokes and all that shit, it's kind of like the Freddy thing. Same shit.
I do wish that we lived in an alternative world, whereas it had been made of either 5 years earlier or 10 years later. Because I think a little bit of that would have been, I don't know, steam cleaned out.
Yeah. The mystery angle of the first Child's Play, that's the one I like the most.
It's Talking Tina, but it still rocks, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
No, and there's so much potential after Curse too, because I think Fiona Dourif is one of the better young actresses working today. I mean, she's very good. But they just, I don't know. He just went. Look, Bride of Chucky, I like a lot. That gets a little crazy. Then we have Seed, where it's like, all right, this is now
Glenn or Glenda. Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's a homage to Glenn or Glenda. Yeah.
And they go full seed in that TV show, like, and beyond.
Full seed.
Yeah, like beyond. It's I don't know. It had its moments. I mean, sure, the Bound reunion and all of that. That was fun.
Oh yeah.
But it doesn't work on a weekly series. What they did. It's Chucky's launching a fucking nuke. Like,
nuke. He's launched the nuke.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. This is just a full. It's a scary movie now, I guess.
It's full camp.
Sure. Yeah. No, I'm not looking forward to a lot of upcoming. Crystal Lake for the same reason. I don't think they're going to make it like the Chucky series, but it's. I don't know.
They just announced the release date for Crystal Lake, but I forget when it's supposed to come.
It's going to be the same week Alien Earth Season 2 comes out. I'm gonna
that's a tough fucking choice, isn't it?
I'm just kidding. I don't know what's coming out.
What is your prediction though with Crystal Lake? Obviously, all of YouTube is gonna dissect every little thing.
They're gonna hate it, not the Jason kills 7 people an episode show.
That's I see no way that they're not gonna just be disappointed. Yeah, is it gonna be like Chucky where nobody's talking about it by episode?
I'm predicting that it's gonna be like Bates Motel.
Oh, I was gonna say Bates Motel exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I like Bates Motel, but it's easier to make a TV series on a young Norman Bates than a.
It's not the audience, though.
No, it's not.
The audience is not ready for that. Like, if it's going to be based on the mother, like, I mean, if you can't use Jason, how does that work?
Well, if they can.
Jason is in it.
TV rights are in a different place, but the point of the fact is that this was the only thing they could do is do a prequel show. Because what are you going to do? Introduce new teens every week and kill them off except for one? Or are you going to do it long term? Are you going to stretch one film by formula out to a whole season? That ain't going to work.
Right.
Friday the 13th are what they are. They're efficient little machines. And if you make them with some charm and some atmosphere and a few really, really surprisingly strong performances among the not so surprisingly strong performances, you can have a lot of fun. You can make a lot of fun. You can have a great little film series, but stretching it out for a series is going to be tough. Now, good writing can do anything. I've always said that. I just don't.
What if they go really weird with it, like
machine elves,
bringing Necronomicon shit or something? Yeah.
I hate to say this about this because at one point the Friday the 13th franchise was so important to me, but I just don't care.
Right.
Yeah.
I really
Alien
don't.
abduction.
You're not going to watch it. You're not going to give it a shot.
I wish they wouldn't fuck it up, but I'm just assuming that's what's going to happen. And at this point, I'm not going to lose any sleep. I'm not going to cry about it. It'll be
I'm
just
not anticipating.
No. So I mean, but like the whole idea of making a sequel that takes place at a different point in the series or takes the series in a different direction than it went initially, or because whatever this requel business really is supposed to do. This really all started when some asshole decided that if we make an Alien 3 that keeps Hicks and Newt alive, the world will be a better place. Right? And thank God that fucking movie didn't happen. But this isn't even about my love of Alien 3. It isn't. It's about respecting the fans, all of the fans. When you put something out, you should live with that product. Otherwise, maybe don't put that fucking product out.
Hey, isn't that essentially what Wes Craven did with Wes Craven's New Nightmare? He made his first prequel.
Yeah, he's like, fuck what you think. This is what I'm doing.
All these other movies.
I think it's disrespectful. It's disrespectful because the first people buying tickets, right, are the people who've been with you. It's kind of like you go to the prom with one girl and you want to leave with another. It don't work that way.
Right. Got to dance with the one that brought you.
Absolutely. So, I understand from a business point of view what they're thinking. Oh, well, we're going to go back to the most popular entry and make a follow-up to that one. Cool. Also, everyone who liked anything later is either going to show up to hate watch your movie, or they're not showing up at all. So is it really a good decision? I don't know that it is. Also, like if they didn't make that the right sequel to begin with, what makes you think you're going to do it now? It is only harder once time passes. Your actors are older. You can't match the tone of the filmmaking of the time because film has fashion to it. Like films are made differently every 10 years from 10 years before. The look of the era, and you can try and ape Alien, whatever the fuck that was, the last theatrical thing. Wanted to look like the 70s, the 79 film. It looked like a shitty version of someone trying to look like the 79 film.
Yeah.
I don't think you can recapture. You just got to go forward. And if you can't make a good film that's a proper like follow-up to where it left off, maybe don't make these things. Don't make more sequels. Go do something else. It's not that hard.
All I'm saying is if Crystal Lake sucks, then I'd be tempted to go back to the old Friday the 13th series and just watch that.
I think the first few episodes, people are going to treat it like it's the greatest thing they've ever seen.
Well,
and
the curiosity's there for sure.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So it's going to bring the eyes on it at first. So.
Yeah, I think so. And I'm fully convinced, though, like when it comes to some of these franchises, it's ironic because I just picked up a slasher book from Philip Fracassi called The Autumn Springs Retirement Home Massacre. And I think that's what you're going to see. You're going to see 75-year-old Nev Campbell being terrorized by Ghostface in a retirement home. You're going to see all of that. That's what it's all going to be, I think. And hey, I love Linda Cardellini. I hope it's good, but
people have got to start letting themselves be told no. Like what you loved once, you're not going to recapture every time. Now that's my favorite film of all time is a sequel, right? So it's hard for me to say that it never happens. But do you really think you're getting a better film than whatever the classic that that inspired you to be a fan? Star Wars fans are in a miserable spot for the last 10 years.
And Star Trek fans
film coming out like this week, right? Or some shit.
Yeah,
no one cares.
Some kind of great grandfather of Yoda or some weird shit. I don't know.
No one gives a fuck because they've made so many bad films, and no one's convinced that you can go back in time and make another good one. Now, maybe they will, but they have to rebuild that track record. But my whole thing is, it's impossible to start a new space opera with all new characters and all new situations, all new technologies, all new ships. That's an impossibility. That's not something that we can do. And why wouldn't we want to do that? Because if you do nail it, you have another 40 fucking years to make new derivative works. But the thing that you've damaged beyond all repair, leave it before it gets even worse for you. At some point, people are going to be so angry, they start talking crap about the original trilogy. In that case, I promise you that will happen.
Yeah.
That's what they're risking.
Sometimes it's good to have those long breaks. It really is. Like I wish I'm not the biggest Star Wars guy, but man, if they had just pumped the brakes instead of, what are they on, like 6 or 7 TV series at this point? Like
it's just out of gas.
Yeah, it would have stayed special. And that's the sad thing about Friday the 13th, because it has been a while. People are hungry. I'm hungry. I'm not going to like do cartwheels over a fucking Apple beer commercial. Like that's,
Well, Victor Miller and Sean Cunningham, they fucked it all up, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like bashing, like they fucked the game up because whether he was playing the game or not, there was a big gathering of people playing the shit out of that game. And
I knew guys that were streaming for over 24 hours without going to bed playing.
Right.
And now nobody's playing.
It was highly replayable. You could play the shit out of that game. I played the shit out of it. I ain't gonna lie.
I wish I played it.
I mean,
I don't know. I would like a world where sequels exist when they are deservedly an idea or a screenplay is written that makes it obvious that this thing needs to exist or has a place on the landscape. But that's not the reason these are made. These are made for purely financial reasons.
Oh, yeah.
And that was always the truth. But Hollywood was in a very different place then, or filmmaking in general was in a different place. Whereas you had people who were still hungry to make good films. There was still a real hunger to make sure that whatever you put out was as good as it was going to be for what it was. And that's not, if you haven't been paying attention, that is not what American cinema is at this point.
And think about Evil Dead. They got another one coming. So
does that trailer do anything for anyone? Because
I haven't even seen the trailer. So.
They do nothing for me.
The teaser or the full trailer?
I gave up on after the last one. The one in the apartment building, it was kind of like Demons, but not really.
It's not very good. That movie's not very good. That's the weakest of the whole series.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious to see what they do. I mean, they seem to be the directors that they're choosing are interesting. Evil Dead's also kind of like I love the Evil Dead franchise, but it is also kind of strange because you have the serious balls to the wall first film in the remake, but then you also have all the Bruce Campbell antics. So it's
and the series.
I'm open for like a different take on it. So I have a little more hope. I'm not saying this movie's going to be good or bad.
I will say that Requel, right, the 2013, is pretty damn solid.
It is.
Very good. Yeah, it's exactly what it needed to be, I think.
And it's
outside of the opening scene, it might be the best actual film in the series. Now, I didn't say most enjoyable.
Yeah.
But the opening scene is cheap and weird and oddly Christian for a series that doesn't go there usually. But when I saw the teaser, I said, "Wow, this looks cheap." Cheap. And I don't mean that in the way the original film was cheap. The original film was cheap and was charming and had had personality to it. This looked like someone shot it on their iPhone with some friends, with whatever plug-in effects that were available. The kind of shit I use when I make our animations, and it just looked cheap. And then I saw and I was, well, maybe they just plucked the scene. Maybe it wasn't finished, and maybe because sometimes. And then they released the full trailer, and I'm like, oh my god, the whole film looks like this. It looks cheap. It looks. Yeah, Jacob has it right. Bland.
I'm kind of lost with the storyline too. How many Necronomicons are there? Like 6, 5, or?
I believe it's.
How many books?
4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just get the books and the Lament configuration together and make that fucking movie.
Oh, that would actually be interesting.
Who gives a shit?
I'm gonna have to bounce out here because it's like 10 o'clock and I gotta be
3 hours.
Yeah. 6.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
Thank them.
Have a good one, Sam.
Thank you for having me. I wanted to bring up a longer conversation about legacy sequels versus requels, right?
We can revisit this.
Yeah, I think maybe
totally.
we'll revisit it at another time, but maybe focus more on legacy sequels because I mean we have like Practical Magic 2 coming out, also Devil Wears Prada 2, and you know what I did discover about the Devil Wears Prada? That movie is completely underwhelming. I have no idea what everybody was about in 2005 or 6 when it came out, thinking it was the greatest thing since sliced bread. And you know what? I try really hard to keep an open mind when it comes to being a basic bitch because I love being a basic bitch. I even started reading the book, The Devil Wears Prada. There's so many run-on sentences. And well, you know how it's like you're reading a sentence and then the sentence is like 3/4 of the way down the page and your eyes just kind of glaze over. It's like that. Yeah. I'm definitely down for revisiting this, but I'm old and I have to get up early.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, I understand.
We love you, Sam.
Talk to you guys later. Have a good night.
All right.
Good night, Sam.
Okay.
So what did we get through all the topics?
We got
Pretty
one
much.
left. If y'all want, it's up to y'all if y'all want to do it or not. It's hard videos.
Yeah, I mean, I can just abbreviate it by just saying that. Look, I saw the new Michael Jackson movie.
Okay,
excuse me. I saw the new Michael Jackson movie, and
it is
like Bohemian Rhapsody and like other music biopics, it avoids controversy as much as possible. Which some people are gonna. Well, yeah, I know legally they had to. So
they shot a lot more.
For those of you that don't know, the Michael biopic was directed by Antoine Fuqua, who also directed Training Day and the Equalizer trilogy, which I really like the Equalizer trilogy. I can't wait for the 4th and 5th films. But who knows when we're going to get those films, because now we're supposed to have a second Michael movie where they may address these things, they may not address these things. Personally, I didn't really care. I saw it as just it's like going to see Michael Jackson in 1981 and see him perform for a couple hours. That's essentially what it was. It was fine on that level. Okay. But it made me revisit Thriller, the music video directed by
John Landis.
John Landis. Thank you.
Lauren's personal favorite.
That came out in '83, and I was just a tot when this came out, when Thriller became so huge and everything. So a lot of the stuff I just learned and watched here for the first time is like, oh, so this is how he rose from the Jackson 5 to being a huge solo artist, essentially becoming Black Elvis. Essentially, I mean, that huge for the 80s. I mean, oh man. But that Thriller music video actually holds up pretty well. And I liked what Michael was thinking, that he didn't consider them music videos. He considered them short films. And in fact, Martin Scorsese, of all people, directed the music video for Bad in 1988, which is where the Michael movie finally closes. So we still got 20 more years of this man's life to cover. So I am hopeful that maybe the sequel will be a supplement and cover a lot of the things that people were noting with this first one. But I mean, we'll never know until the movie comes out. But the Thriller music video is pretty groundbreaking. It's pretty. Oh yeah, it's pretty cool for what it is. Yeah,
definitely. Is that Rick Baker special effects? Vincent Price narrating.
That's right. Yes,
it's the most iconic. I mean, there's no. There's no doubt.
I wanted to bring up somebody, man, for this reason. So I wanted to bring up King Diamond.
Oh wow!
As far as horror music videos go.
Okay.
Sleepless Nights, 1989. It's from his 4th album, Conspiracy. It's got scenes from Black Sunday interwove. You see King Diamond in the band in a graveyard, but you see scenes from Black Sunday. Specifically, he's got another video, Welcome Home. But he's probably best known for his concept album, Abigail. And the premise, I mean, it's horror, metal, opera, goth, right? That's pretty much, it's like falsetto, the way he sings, it's like opera, but then it goes into guttural shit. And it scared the shit out of me the first time I heard that shit, man. I was like, a friend of mine was playing it, he had all that shit, man. He had the trilogy of these albums, and they're concept albums that tell stories. But Abigail, I'm not going to go too far on this, but it's set in 1777 on the 7th day in the 7th month. And it opens with a funeral of a stillborn baby, right? And Abigail LaFay, and then there's a countess and a count. And the whole thing is he finds out she's cheating on him. So he throws her down the stairs, and then they take the baby, and there's 7 spikes put into the baby and put into a sarcophagus and buried. So then you flash forward to 1845, and then this couple inherits the mansion, and it's cursed. It's a cursed mansion, and Abigail's trying to possess the pregnant wife of Jonathan LaFay. But anyway, King Diamond, man, check it out. Some scary ass shit, scary ass horror music videos. Headbangers Ball was like a go-to back in my youth, so it was all kind of horror-based shit. But I had to throw him out there because he's right there with like Alice Cooper and except nobody knows who he is hardly. So, he never sold out either. So.
I'll be a little self-indulgent and throw out Deviant Vulture Skulls, which is Pug's band. They do a lot more serial killer stuff, but some horror movie stuff as well. Also Maniacs, which Pugs and Todd have put out a couple music videos, although I know there's one that YouTube didn't like too much, so it's gone. But you can look at the Maniac 1981 that's on the channel. I think they did a pretty good job with it. But
And King Diamond's still rocking, man. He's got a new album coming out this year.
Oh, really?
Called St. Lucifer's Hospital. And it's another concept album, and it's going to take place in the year 1920. And it's got some crazy shit where this family from 1920s bringing people from our time back to that time and doing these experiments to live and some wild shit. So, anyway.
I'm going in a completely different direction.
Yeah.
I don't have much to say. Music is a big part of my life, obviously. You know,
right.
Literally, I'm the guy who showed off CDs earlier, right?
Yep.
But I just want to point out that Toby Hooper directed Billy Idol's Dancing with Myself video.
Oh, shit.
And no one fucking realizes that.
I didn't know that shit.
So there's nothing horrific about it whatsoever.
Right. Yeah.
But it wins this whole conversation because it's Toby Hooper doing a music video. He also did a Peter, Paul, and Mary long form video in the very beginning of his career, but I've not seen that because I would vomit. But
damn, okay,
there you go.
I did not know that shit. Holy
that
shit.
Is true.
If you want like the most nerdy breakdown of Michael Jackson, Todd, we did a whole thing on Patreon for reasons. There's a lot of guilty or innocent kind of talk that I wasn't too sure would be okay for YouTube, but yeah, I mean, there's no doubt he was a genius. I mean,
yeah,
no doubt. I thought the movie was. Most musical biopics are not great, but I thought it was
true.
Chemically castrated him to get that high pitched voice.
I could see him doing that.
That's what I heard.
Probably.
Like, I don't know if that's true though. So.
There's a lot of crazy stuff. I'm a little more on the probably guilty side, and Todd thinks, but he has a hell of a breakdown as far as why he thinks that Jackson didn't do anything wrong at all. So
right. Well, I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there, so you know.
Yeah. We'll never.
A lot of people out there pointing their fingers, man, when they need to be pointing their thumbs at themselves and shit. Like so.
My only thing on Michael Jackson is that if you look at everything you like from Michael Jackson came off the 3 albums he did with Quincy Jones. That is not a coincidence. So if you want the real musical genius there, I think it was Quincy. That's not to take the vocal performance or anything away from Michael necessarily, but honestly,
Quincy
you're telling me you liked the stuff after Quincy left the scene. It's pretty cheesy at best. So I mean, my understanding, I have not seen the film, and I will not probably see the film. But it pretty much ends at the end of the Quincy era anyway. So
yeah.
It doesn't go past the 80s.
But Lorne, it's from the director of the Equalizer trilogy.
I love the Equalizer trilogy.
Yeah.
But then again, it's like, let me ask you a serious question, though.
Yeah.
Replace Denzel with whoever else you're going to come up with. Does it work as well?
No.
Probably not.
Like put in Michael Jai White.
Well, it doesn't have to be a black actor. I mean, there's been 2 other actors who played the role. I mean,
Keanu Reeves work in that role?
I don't think he does.
No.
I think you need someone who brings the weariness of what that life is. And that's going to take a real actor. Also, the casual cruelness that no one discusses, like when Denzel like is killing someone hand to hand or with a knife, and he's looking them in the eye as they die, you realize, wow, that's who someone in that life is. He wants to live with that memory because it's important enough. I think all three films are pretty damn good. The second is probably my least favorite of the bunch.
Yeah.
But that said, there's nothing wrong with the second film. It has a great concept. But I will say one other thing, and this is not a fucking joke. It's gonna sound like a joke. If you watch the end of the original Equalizer in the Home Depot or whatever, because it's not a Home Depot, but it's a Home Depot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Watch that sequence where he's taking out the thugs one by one, and compare it with all the blocking and attacks from Jason X when he takes out the Marines. They lifted every single one of them. They just borrowed the blocking. It's insane. If you go back and look, you can't not see it once you see it. It's craziness.
Oh,
need Denzel to take on Jason. That's what brings it all back.
Denzel basically was Jason in that scene. That's the thing.
That talk about great records. I mean, Gladiator 2. I know some virtuosity. Some people
virtuosity.
throw out, but
virtuosity is his only piece of shit.
Oh yeah. Fucking A. Ain't there Russell Crowe in that too?
Yep.
The villain.
Yeah.
Nothing can save that movie.
You're right. Yeah.
But for as long as
Johnny Mnemonic
been in Hollywood,
right there with it.
Yeah. For as long as he's been in Hollywood, though, I mean, you can't argue with that filmography.
Nah, Denzel. But besides Gary Oldman, Denzel is my favorite living actor.
Wow.
Okay.
Oldman, unfortunately, though, has made some crap. But yeah, I agree.
But my question there is, he's been in bad films.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Oldman, however, at his best, transcends simply what we think of as acting.
Oh yeah, I mean Sid and Nancy, Fifth Element. I mean, he can just do he could play a teenage girl and probably pull it off.
Oldman.
Well, it was within a 2-year period. He did what? He played Dracula, Lee Harvey Oswald, and whatever the fuck that was in True Romance.
Yeah. What about Leon, the professional?
Oh my god! Oh my god! No one else could pull that off.
Yeah.
Too good. So Oldman's kind of a high water mark simply because I think he actually changed the craft, and I think people are going to be chasing him for a long time. In the same way that Brando changed the craft in the '60s.
Mm-hmm.
Although I would say that Brando had a dead end at the end of his road, whereas I think Oldman's going to be very fondly remembered.
Oh yeah.
I don't think he's going to sabotage himself at the end. I think he has too much self-respect. But Denzel is a specifically great American actor. You know?
Yeah.
And I think that's a very different thing. If you compare him with the people that you should be able to compare him with, you realize he's just in a different class. Is he an action hero? Kind of, right? He did a lot of action roles.
At this point, yeah. I mean,
but he's also done straight dramas where he's insanely good too. I mean, it's hard to pinpoint him.
And believe me, he's still doing great at 71, but I'm just worried about how long it's going to take for more Equalizer movies because, you know, now Antoine Fuqua is stuck in this Michael Jackson pickle.
I'll tell you, at least at my theater, I went not to see that, but I went and I've only a few times in the last 5 years have I seen the theater that crowded. People were taking pictures and doing TikToks by the poster.
Oh man, it's huge. I mean, it's made 600 million now. I mean, you know, in only what 3 weeks?
Damn.
Here's the frustrating thing about that for me though. Like, I get you because when I went to see Hokum, there was like 3 other people in the theater. But every time I go to see an Indian film on the opening week, the theater has like 1 seat between everyone that's there, whether it's a family taking the whole row. The theaters are packed. Now, they're not on enough screens to have the impact, although they're starting to. but like people actually show up for them. That's the point. Like they draw an audience, and it's, I don't know. Theaters are starting to learn because we're starting to see a lot more older films every week being on screens, and you're starting to see foreign films get a place and indie films getting on screens. You're seeing it, which we, again, 10 years ago you did not see. But they got to fully embrace all of it.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. Even I'm not an anime guy, but when I see, oh, help me out,
Demon Slayer, or
Demon
the fuck that was?
Demon Slayer, K-pop, Demon Hunters, whatever it is, all of that stuff. Like when I see the theaters crowded, I'm like, okay, I'm good with that. Whatever is bringing them in right now, and it's been a much better year in terms of box office. Not a better year in terms of quality yet for me, but we're still in the first half. So
I still think that I do not understand why, and I'm not a sports guy, but football games, hockey games, put them on the fucking big screen. People will show up. People will buy the ticket.
Yeah.
They would do that.
The theaters could be in a way better financial position, which would help all of us.
Well, as a wrestling guy, I have gone to like wrestling pay-per-views at the theater, and it's pretty fun. I mean, it's not a typical theater experience, so people scream like they're actually at the arena, and it is a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm not a big sports guy outside of wrestling, but if you count that, but yeah, I agree. I like the merchandise now. People are buying the popcorn bucket.
Remember me screaming about that too, right? Like they are doing it, but
yeah, they could still do even more because there's a lot of unused space in some theaters. Certainly AMC's, they could do a lot more merch if they really wanted to. But yeah.
Yep.
So I think we got through all our topics tonight, guys.
That's a lot of topics.
That was a lot of topics, yes. And we'll be back next month with even more. Do you guys have anything you want to promote before we call it a night? Anything coming up on your channel, Dirk?
We'll be talking some 60s gialli. 3 films: Monster of Venice, or The Embalmer. It's also titled, from 65. Black Veil for Lisa in 68, Massimo Dallamano.
Nice.
And Murder Clinic from 66. So.
Subjective Perspective Collective, if you haven't subscribed, and I'll be joining you guys at some point soon on a American Gothic show, I believe you said. Which I'm very excited about. So yeah, Subjective Perspective Collective. Stone, do you have anything coming up on your channel?
Not anything on my channel. I am going to be going to see Backrooms in a couple weeks.
Yep.
See what this 21-year-old YouTube creator has given us via A24. But I got to admit, it looks intriguing enough. So
it looks promising.
I'm getting like escape room / cube vibes, maybe
a little bit.
Hopefully, yeah. Liminal space horror right now is very popular. So
yeah.
Keeping my fingers crossed. Lorne, what do you have coming up on the channel aside from
we're working on final scheduling for the next Visited by Voices live with a guest this time.
Okay.
That shows up. And beyond that, we just dropped a Dead End Drive-In. So you guys should catch up on that if you didn't have the opportunity. And there's some other stuff coming up. The channel is starting to gear back up to speed, but it's a process. It's definitely a process.
Yep, there'll be another Dead End Drive-In before long, and
there's a barcode up there that you can scan on rewatch. It'll take you to a thing.
Ooh, nice.
That you should definitely support.
Absolutely. I'm going to do that myself after. Flesh Wound features. We've got, we'll have Obsession that we're going to cover on Wednesday. Die Delta Pi 2, which the filmmaker was kind enough to send us early.
That sounds like a Revenge of the Nerds slasher.
It is a very jiggly slasher,
Okay.
I can imagine. So, yeah, we'll have that movie called Buffet Infinity that we're doing on Wednesday, which has quite the premise. But the big thing I wanted to promote here before we close, we announced for you wrestling fans 2 new live events on Saturday, July 18th at the Reina Dome in Corona, California. We're going to be putting on our show that is a pro wrestling tribute to camp slashers. You've got a death curse. And yes, I know that's not the line that he drops, but it just made more sense. So you've got a death curse on July 18th at the Reina Dome in Corona, California. Really excited for that. And October 3rd, our WrestleMania last tournament on the left 2, where 8 of the most violent psychopaths enter our deathmatch tournament. We've got some really big stuff coming up for last tournament on the left too. So
you got any barbed wire stocking merch?
We Kruger's got some cool new T-shirts I know in the store, and
I'm just talking about fishnet stockings for the ladies with barbed wire.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's we're so July 18th we're crowning our first Scream Queen champion.
Okay,
and yeah, it's gonna be really interesting. The lovely Lois actually. I think she grew our Instagram by like 4 times just for the paddle clip, which if you've seen the Die Delta Pi match, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, we're going to crown, we got a tournament for the first Scream Queen champion, and that's going to be really cool. And Kruger will be maiming somebody as per usual. So stay tuned for announcements.
Awesome.
That's all I got.
All right.
Yeah.
Lawrence.
All right. In that case, everyone will see you on the 13th of next month.
Later.
Be good.
June 13th. Yep.